Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. And wow, it's been a little while. Been just a little bit since I was able to do a whole show because, first AT&T sucks, and then I poked myself in the eye. Whoops. Yeah, yesterday was bad, man. I did the stream the other night, and about halfway through, I'm in the middle of a rant, a great rant. I was having a wonderful rant, and it just died on me. And I looked down, and there's a little yellow icon over my internet symbol. Like, that ain't good. So I went out and had to refresh or restart my my modem twice to get that motherfucker back on. I come sit back down. I'm getting ready to start up a part 2 of the stream, and I clicked go live, and it just hung there. And I look over, and that damn yellow symbol's back. I was like, you know what? This is the universe telling me to get some sleep. So I went and I got some sleep. And I woke up in the middle of the night because I jammed my finger in my eye so bad that it actually woke me up. I was like, what the hell? What is going on in my life right now? So yeah, I spent most of yesterday unable to see out of my right eye, and I was crying all day, y'all. I wasn't crying, but my eye was. I'm so sad right now. But yeah, so that's why we didn't get a second part yesterday. So I'm sorry to those of you who look forward to the show, and I love each and every one of you. But yeah, that's what happened. But we're back, and as I said, I was cut off in the middle of a rant, and I don't even remember what the rant was. And I was gonna pull it up and look at it. That was my plan. I got up this morning like, you know what? I'm gonna do my monkey in the morning. We're gonna go find out what the hell I was ranting about, so I can continue my thought there. And then I saw Twitter. And I saw Tim Allen is trending. Yeah. And guys, I can't even explain. I understand why he's trending. I just can't for the life of me understand why he's trending. Now, I need y'all to buckle in. For those of you who haven't seen this already, buckle in because I'm about to blow your fucking mind. Tim Allen is trending because he doesn't know how to play spades. For those of you who think you misheard me there, Tim Allen is trending because he doesn't know how to play spades. People have decided that makes him racist because he doesn't know how to play the card game spades, which, for those of you who don't know, is a popular game in the African American community. By the way, I do know how to play spades. It's for those of you in Michigan, it's like euchre, but with only spades as your trump deck. And those of you who don't know what the hell euchre is, look it up. I didn't know until I moved up here. But yeah, he's being blasted as a racist for not knowing how to play spades. And I'm like, I don't even know how to deal with that shit. I don't know how to deal with that. How the fuck do we get to a point in our country where not knowing how to play a card game is fucking racist? I mean, oh God. Oh my God. I just that's where we are, man. That's where we are. So it's going through the hashtag. It's not even a hashtag. I think it's just trending. I'm going through the Tim Allen trending, and a whole bunch of people. He's not racist because he doesn't know how to play the game. He's racist because he uses the N-word. And this one's like, go look it up. It's all over the YouTubes. You can go look it up if you'd like to, but the majority of what is on there is Tim Allen defending people and answering questions when he's been asked them. There's one where it was the Young Turks, actually, and Cenk Uygur actually came to his defense because Tim Allen had been interviewed. This is way back in 2013. He'd been interviewed in the wake of the Paula Deen scandal. Because remember, if you've ever said the N-word ever once, you are racist for eternity. God, I wish I had a soundboard that like it had an echo on it right there. Yeah, you are racist for infinity and beyond, y'all. But what he was saying was that you don't take the power away from a word like that by making it Voldemort, for fuck's sake. Now I'm paraphrasing there. He said, by making it, you don't say this, you don't say that. You sober, Gutenberg? What are you doing awake at this hour? Citron, thank you so much. Where have you been? I explained at the beginning, Citron, I've had some technical and eyeball issues, but I'm here now. But sorry, I got distracted there. What he was suggesting, what he was saying is that you take the power out of a word by using it. And it's true. When you make it taboo, that makes people want to say it. And it also reinforces the idea that there's something sinister. So if you really want to hurt people, this is the word you use. And Alan actually made that point in the interview. And once again, I want to say that again. Cenk Uygur defended him on it. And I agree with him in pretty much everything he said. But more to the point, I agreed with what Alan was saying. You don't give words that much power, for fuck's sake. We have a real problem in this country with people being that offended over a goddamn word. Over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much, Terry Diamandis. And now for your regularly scheduled demonetization, Nagas. That's Nagas. YouTube. That is a mythical race, you idiots. Where was I? This one's got my brain all turned around, guys. More so than usual, because I can't believe this is why we're talking about it. We're talking about this because he doesn't know how to play a card game. I mean, how? What kind of fucking moron goes, you know what? He doesn't know how to play. I wonder if you don't know how to play Chinese checkers, if that makes you a racist against Asians. Huh. Are we allowed to? Are they still called Chinese checkers? Should probably look into that before I use a term like that. I take it easy, Circus Zero. I take this moment to mock Ranting Monkey and his regular streaming schedule. Look, this show is always right on time. Some people in the black community say using the word, it reduces its power. But then when people use the word, those same black people are still freak out. It depends on I know people both ways. I don't think there's a reason to use it gratuitously. I mean, any more than I think you should just run around yelling shit or fuck or any curse word all the time. But there's definitely times that it can be used. And Tim Allen, he made a point there that I may have made once or twice. He was talking about how he worked with, was it Kevin Hart? No, it wasn't Kevin Hart. Somebody, I forget who, but he did a movie with a black actor. And he said, after that, there are people, my nigga's about to come up on stage. And he goes, and it's fine if I say it with them. He goes, but if I walk 7 feet away, suddenly it's racist. And I've told this story. Yeah, I know. I grew up in a black neighborhood. One of the most common phrases all of us used was nigga, please. Anytime somebody said something dumb, that's what we said to them. And it wasn't, we didn't go N-word, please. It was just a word we used. It was no big deal. And it was right around that same time in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, when the fucking PC police showed up. The fucking PC police showed up to tell us if you laugh at a joke with racial context, that makes you a racist. And if you tell such a joke, you might as well be the leader of the Klan. And it wasn't, by the way, it's not just for racism, it's for sexism as well, and ableism and any of this stuff. But they started mostly with the racist because they knew that's where they could get people. They knew that's where they could start controlling your language. If they told you you're racist if you say that, because nobody wants to be racist. Nobody wants to be. But here's the thing. If you're not racist, then saying those things isn't fucking racist. That's the point. This is the fucking point. You morons keep I swear to God, you don't miss it. You purposefully like close your eyes and put your fingers in your ears going, nah, 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 nah.
Hey.
Gutenberg, hang on. Middle of the point here.
Sure.
Point you fuckers are missing is that context fucking matters. Context fucking matters. And the fact that you keep trying to take that out, that's what you guys keep purposefully ignoring so that you can just slander people, go fuck yourselves. Every last one of you. Suck my dick. Gutenberg, how you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. You had me at suck your dick part.
Jesus.
I mean, man. Wow, man, dude. I forgot how to turn my computer on. That's how long it's been since I've sat down at this desk.
Oh, damn, man.
I know it's been about 3 weeks or so, dude. I just want to let you know before you go into your spiel, you have premium ads running before your live stream. Just so
that ain't gonna last very long. I just dropped an N-bomb and Dangerous Space. Yeah, it was Martin Lawrence with Wild Hogs. You are right. Which, by the way, I love that movie. It's a great movie. What
is the topic of conversation? I literally listened to nothing.
Tim Allen got in trouble. He's racist. He's racist. Wait. Let me tell you why, Goot.
All right.
Because he doesn't know how to play spades.
I don't know how to play spades.
You're racist.
I don't give a fuck.
That's what they're saying he's racist because of. How fucking stupid is that?
You know, everybody that gets labeled with these trumped up charges should just pull a page from Donald Trump's playbook and say, oh, yeah, I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm moving on with my day. Tim Allen on Twitter. I apologize for cutting you off. It's been a while. My microphone etiquette is really bad. Okay, it's been a while. Let me warm up the gutters here. Tim Allen should come on Twitter and be like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you think about me," and no one will care. What are you gonna do?
If it was just Tim Allen, I would give you that. Real quick, a couple of people are asking what spades. It's a card game played with a standard playing deck, where the spade cards are all trump cards, and you go in a circle, dropping cards, trying to take tricks. It's been a while since I've done it. I think you tell how many you think you're going to how many tricks you think you're going to take overall, and then at the end, points and stuff are awarded. And yes, remember, we are talking about a card game named Spades. You want to talk about racist, for fuck's sake? Anyway, but it is. I mean, it does have the racial connotation because it is a game that is largely played by the African American community.
Is it really?
Oh yeah. It is really big in black neighborhoods, man.
Is that like dominoes and shit?
Yeah.
I've never met a white person that played dominoes and enjoyed it.
Oh, I like dominoes.
I don't even know how to play dominoes either. How about that?
I haven't played in a long, long time, man. Last time I played was actually on a computer, but yeah, man. I grew up in a black neighborhood, for fuck's sake. Yes, I know this stuff.
The only card game I ever played as a kid was Asshole. You know, the best drinking game ever.
Well, I didn't drink
it. It is. At what time?
When I was a kid.
No, what I mean, kid. Like, come on, you and I are men in our 40s. Kids, I'm talking about like 24, 5, 6, 22.
When I say kid, for the purpose of all the stories I've told so far, I'm talking 11, 12, and 13.
Oh, no. I'm all right. Young adolescent. Well, not even adolescent. Young adults.
Real quick. Good morning, Polly.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fuck you, Polly Dub.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. How's things?
It's been a while. Had to get that in. Continue. Go ahead. Continue.
How are you, Polly?
I'm doing all right. Talking about spades and dominoes. I was like, how did I get over to Black YouTube? I thought I was on Monkey's channel. What happened?
Oh dear God. I just realized it's Monkey talking about spades and dominoes and oh God. Yeah, this one's not getting monetized at all, guys. I love you. I'll see you on my next YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. You had a nice
Actually,
Ford ad running on your channel.
What's odd is that I didn't know that. See, most of the black folks around where I live are from somewhere in the West Indies, somewhere in the Caribbean, right?
Mhm.
Lots of Jamaicans, Trinidadians, and Domino's is huge. It's like Ludi. It's everywhere.
Sure.
You know?
It's like what? I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but it's like what?
Ludi. You ever played Sorry?
Yeah.
It's basically the same game.
Okay. All right. I never heard that word before in my life. I had to stop.
Ludi. Yeah, it's an island game. It's Sorry, just not by Parker Brothers or Melton Bradley or whoever the fuck. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
But spades, man, fuck, I haven't played spades, especially for money, like since high school. Well, it was a largely black high school. That does explain a lot, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, I know white people who've never heard of the game.
Really?
Yeah. Man, I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Everybody up here knows what euchre is because that's a big game here in Michigan.
Heard of it, never played it, but I've definitely heard of it. Yeah.
Euchre is just spades, but you end up calling the trump deck instead of it just being spades. They're very,
what
very
game I
similar
really
games.
want to know how to play because I've just heard of it so much. Pinochle.
I'm not a 60-year-old woman, so I'm not interested in that.
I've heard it come up in so many, like in movies, and just you hear it referenced in places, and I'm like, I just want to know how to play it just so I know what the fuck people are talking about.
Really quick.
Not only that,
hang on. Over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Terry Diamandis. Just for good measure, bouncing banana. And yes, I will always interrupt for a super chat, but go ahead, Gutenberg.
Oh, I was gonna say, doesn't Pinochle? That's like it has a separate deck, right? It's not the standard 52. It's like more than that, right? I think. Am I wrong?
That right?
Chat. I think Pinochle has a special deck you have to play with.
Ever played Rook? When I played that a long time ago, but I could not even tell you what it was. I do remember playing a game called Rook. Yeah, I've never played Pinochle. I know that it was always something old people played.
You know what I just found out the other day, and I'm probably going to embarrass myself where it's like, you're the only one who didn't know that. I got curious. Like people always say there's like a million different ways to play solitaire, and like the one classic way that that's on the like every DOS computer system has it on it, right? So like YouTube's got instructions for everything. So I look it up, like different ways of playing it. Did you know that game's not actually called solitaire? It's called Klondike.
Oh, I've heard it called Klondike. I didn't know that there was an official name.
Solitaire just refers to any card game you're playing by yourself, and the one that everybody thinks of as solitaire is actually Klondike Solitaire.
Makes sense.
And it's like every channel you look it up on, that's the first thing that they say. Just so you know, I'm like, oh, shit.
Maybe that's why I knew, because I've played games that have several different versions, because like there's Spider Solitaire.
No, I don't know that one. See, that's what I mean.
You don't know Spider? Oh, wow. Nope. That was really big there for a while. Real quick. Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. It took me a while to learn cribbage. Still don't get it.
Cribbage is one of those games that Johnny Hellcat, that I knew how to play it. My uncle wanted to play it a lot when I was a kid, and we played the fuck out of it. But if I sat down right now, it would be like first time. I have no recollection of how to play that game.
It's another one where I've played it before when I was younger. I was taught how, and yeah, I'm with you. Fuck, I don't know.
I see Fars in chat. She's the only other person other than me that has any interest in playing backgammon.
I actually like backgammon.
Do you?
What
backgammon's like
magical games? I'm totally blissfully unaware.
No,
of.
you never even heard of backgammon?
I mean, I think I've heard of it. I don't know. Is it a card game?
No, it's a. You'd kind of have to look at a backgammon board. How would you describe it, Monkey? It's like you use little discs that are basically like checker pieces. One side's like black and white, like the chips are like, brown and ivory colored, whatever. And then you're kind of moving around the board and you're rolling dice for your separate moves. And then it's played for big money, man. Like it's there's Bond movies where he's sitting there playing backgammon for millions of dollars. In Octopussy, actually.
That's extremely fucking strange because I don't know, maybe if I grew up in a lily white neighborhood. The only board game I ever played as a kid was like chess, or I mean, we played the Monopoly, and shit like that. But backgammon. Now that you mentioned it that way, is it the one with like the elongated diamonds?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I've always seen that on the undersides of games that were actually good, and never understood what it was. So
I appreciate any game that has dice cups.
This is
it brings a level of like, yeah, we're drinking martinis and smoking cigars, and fuck you, look at that roll right there when you dump the dice. Yeah, I like that.
A friend of the show, Badgerman, has this posted on his Twitter, which is fucking excellent. Well done, sir. I don't know if you made this yourself, but it's Twitter 2019. Do you know how to play spades? No, you're racist. Yes, you're probably still a racist.
Okay, I turned on a stream right when I heard you, Monkey, say we're talking about spades. How can that be racist? What happened? Where did this come from?
All right. For the late bloomers or bloomers, comers, whichever, both of you, late bloomers and comers.
Pre-comers.
God damn it. Tim Allen is trending on Twitter today because people are claiming he's racist because he does not know how to play spades.
That's it?
He said that's it. He said in an interview that he didn't know how to play spades, and Twitter flipped out. How can he not know how to play spades? That means he's racist.
I can understand joking around and some people it's Twitter, taking a joke way too fucking far and saying, you're the whitest guy ever. You're whiter than mayonnaise.
Sure.
Blah, blah, blah. But racist? That just doesn't even make sense.
You did a movie with Martin Lawrence and he didn't teach you how to play spades? That's a joke right there that you could make about this situation. But yeah, look how fucking white you are. You don't know how to play spades.
Yeah.
But
like you could bust balls all day on them, but where's the racist fit into it? You've never had bean pie? You must be a racist. Like it's stupid.
13,000 tweets about Tim Allen. Now, a good portion of those are because they're doing the press junket for Toy Story 4.
Right.
But about half of them are Tim Allen's racist because he doesn't know how to play spades. Yeah.
I got to look this up. Yeah. I mean, Monkey, are you really surprised?
Surprised? No. Well, yeah, you know what? When I first saw it, I was like, okay, what the fuck? Because yeah, that to me is even further out. I talked earlier, and I don't know if either of you heard this, about back in 2013, Tim Allen came out and said, we need to stop being afraid of that word. You don't take away a word's power by hiding it and making it so it can't be said. And there's actually a very good Young Turks video where Cenk Uygur, of all people, defends him for this. But there's like, he said the N-word before. Out there on there too. So that, if he like, hey, he said the N-word trying to have this argument. Okay. Yeah. Because he did say, now I don't know if he said nigga or nigger, because the article that Cenk was reading from, they just did N and then a dash. Because if you say that word too many times, Voldemort shows up and tries to kill your owl or something. I don't know. But he's making his point. And if you want to argue that him saying that is racist, I don't agree with you, but at least that to me in current times makes sense. That he doesn't know how to play a fucking game that a lot of fucking white people don't even know exists. Yeah, I would say that one blew my mind a little bit. I won't lie to you there.
Have you ever been at a drinking party when you were younger? Right, all right, not kids, but your later, early adulthood.
Sure.
And some asshole breaks out a fucking deck of cards and wants to play some fucking game, and you're like, "What the fuck is this dude doing?"
No, I didn't party much at that age. In my teen years, we didn't drink or do drugs. We We had a lot of sex. And then
Yeah.
if somebody breaks out a card game in the middle of sex, you're like, dude, why are you even in this room?
In the middle of sex.
Yeah.
Like
Well, come on.
I want to extrapolate on that a little bit and reach out to the chat. Like, okay, my kind of drinking parties or even social gatherings as a
well,
an older, younger adult. Excuse me for the misspeaking. Never
I was gonna say,
fucking
Goot,
card
is
games, dude. Like
when
what?
I was a little bit older, I didn't actually start drinking in my adulthood until I was in my 30s.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I had young kids, man.
All the more reason.
No, man, I got responsible.
Well, just for the record, you asked, did you go to parties and people had decks of cards and people were playing? Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
it was
dice and cards because people were gambling, drinking and smoking, of course.
I guess I had a little bit more of like a punk rock, middle class type white fucking, like if you bust out a guitar or a deck of cards, you were a douchebag.
Yeah. Oh God, don't bring a guitar to a party, guys.
But those are like incommensurate things. What do those things got to do with each other? Like, how did you gamble? You just didn't gamble?
No, why would you? We're not degenerates. What the fuck we need to gamble for? We got alcohol and we're trying to get fucking our dinkies wet. We don't need to sit here and stare at plastic fucking cards.
Were you raised in Atlantic City?
No, it's come on.
There was like a lot of gambling when you were young.
2/3 of a game of fucking CeeLo is about shit talking. It's not about the money that's on the ground.
CeeLo the rapper?
CeeLo the rapper named himself after the dice game.
See, never heard of that.
Okay.
Man, maybe I am out of touch with
you're just a racist. You don't know how to play CeeLo clearly. Twitter recognizes you as a racist.
Real quick, Soloist says in the army we constantly drank and played spades. Yeah, spades is played a lot in the military.
Well, you're in the army, dude. You can't go frolicking around trying to fuck broads and get fucking annihilated and destroy a fucking frat party. Like, yeah, of course you're gonna. What else are you gonna do? You're in the army.
Now, about the guitar thing, I'm with you 100%. The douchebag who breaks out a guitar at any kind of party, white, black, done. You're the douchebag. I mean, that's the kind of thing I think I'm real does. Like breaks out a guitar and like, oh, hold on, let me flip my hair out of my face and sing a little soulful song with the 3 chords I know. See if I could score some cheap pussy.
Whisper in it. Chadwick, you're from Michigan. Don't act like you don't know how to play euchre. I know how to play euchre, but I didn't learn until I moved up here. I was an adult by the time I learned that.
You know who the one-upper is on the guitar guy?
Who?
The piano guy.
Yeah, but it's hard to bring the piano with you, so that has to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm a little bit more intrigued by a guy just sitting down and playing some fucking piano. I'll be like, oh, wow, that guy has some fucking talent. But some asshole strumming 3 fucking chords, like with his long hair.
That's all they know, right?
Go fuck yourself. Right? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. All right, listen. If that angle works and you're getting your fucking dick wet that night, I mean, have at it. But you're still a douchebag.
I went to high school when the song "More Than Words" became popular. If you don't know it, go look it up. You'll see. Every fucking party we went to, there was some jackass there with a guitar singing, because you don't really have to know how to play guitar to play that song.
Oh, I know what song. Is that Richard Marx?
No, it's Extreme, I think is the name of the band.
Oh, then what?
That's the song, though.
Okay, I know it.
But yeah, because you don't have to know how to play guitar. You just have to strum and pat your guitar. And yeah, every goddamn party, man. And it was usually the same guy too. It's like, who keeps inviting him? And for the record, he never got laid because he was a douchebag.
Now, what if it was some John Mayer motherfucker that just shows up to some college party, right? Like he can pull that off, right? Like I wouldn't look at John Mayer. All right, listen, let me set the scene. You're at a fucking college party. I don't know why we're fucking well in our fucking 40s now. Not me. I'm not even 40 yet, but you are. And John Mayer shows up with a guitar and starts pulling all this ass. How much do you hate him?
See, I don't think in college John Mayer would have done that. I think any asshole with a guitar can whisper songs.
Right. But if it's done correctly, that is a good angle. Would you agree?
No, I think if it's done commercially, it's a good angle.
Commercially?
Yeah.
Okay.
If John Mayer wasn't pushed by record companies, nobody give a fuck who he is.
Okay. Now, what if it was a John Mayer type motherfucker, but he's really, really good on the guitar, not some asshole playing A, G, D chords all fucking day long. But what was this some bad motherfucker that had a really good voice, right? He still showed up with the guitar, which is a douchebag move. But he was really good. Did you
Eh,
give him a pass or no?
no,
I mean, he's a douchebag, right?
no,
But could he gain your respect?
no.
All right, I think I'm with you.
If you want to show up at a party and gain my respect, bring an electric guitar and your amp and pull some Prince shit, pull some Jimi Hendrix shit, pull something that's gonna make me go, damn. Don't come in there, strum. No, shut up.
You make a really good point.
Just heard it. What the fuck? Just wasted seconds of my life. I don't know what you're talking about there, Miles, but I'm sorry you lost those seconds.
Probably that song, More Than Words.
Oh, More Than Words. I actually like the song. The fucking kids in high school made me hate that song. It's actually it's a beautiful song if you pay attention to the words. It's like I don't even want you to say I love you because I want you to show me. That's the basic premise of that song.
I think my what was the name of that song again? More Than Words. My More Than Words was that fucking Robin Hood song. Everything I do it for you.
Yeah, Bryan Adams.
Oh god, that shit was everywhere, dude.
I
was a kid anyway.
No, you're not wrong. It was because that was still in my high school years. There were a few. I mean,
that song came out at the forefront of when I was trying to get vagina.
Oh,
I think that's why it stuck in my head.
I was a couple years deep at that time. We're talking about songs that Polly has no idea of.
Polly, you're a man of age, aren't you not?
Polly's young.
Well, I mean, young in comparison to what? How old are you?
Me?
I'm 32.
You're youngish.
He's more than a decade younger than I am.
Well, he's 6 years younger than me.
But
he's not his 20s, so he can get it, right?
Well, I'm sure that it did. What was your song like that, Polly? What was the song that when in high school, just everybody started playing it to try to get laid?
Pride Chumbawamba or whatever. Tub thumping. Fuck that gay.
Fuck, man.
I'm trying to think.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Junior high and shit. It was all about that Jodeci.
Jodeci. What? You pulling the R&B card right now? Is Jodeci? That's a black rapper guy, right?
Holy shit, man!
No, it's a group of people.
All right.
But it is R&B on a. It doesn't matter who Jodeci was.
Kind of does though.
Bert and Ernie says Hairway to Steven.
Fuck yeah!
Is that a Hairway to Steven? Was that like a crazy autocorrect?
You are more than a decade younger than me, said Old Grouchy Gamer. Well, thank you Old Guy Gamer. Thank you for pointing that out. We have a couple of old gamers and their names confuse me sometimes. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and Jodeci were freaks. Yeah, they were.
What? Stairway to Heaven.
Freaking You, Fiendin'. You don't remember these tracks? No?
Fiendin'. Huh?
No.
I don't know those songs, but I can sing damn near every word to that Salt and Pepper song, Shoop. Still know it. Every word. Every single word.
Oh, yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, that was some top 40 shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I want to know? Why is nobody ham bone anymore? You ever wonder that? I haven't seen anybody ham bone since like a cartoon. No one does that anymore.
Wasn't there Ham Bone, Lazy Bone? Lazy Bone, wasn't that rap group from like the West Coast? Lazy Bone. Oh, it was Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a spin-off from Bone Thugs. Yeah. Ham bone. It's where you slap your hands and your chest and your thighs and you do, you know.
Where the fuck did you grow up?
No, that's not from where I grew up. I said I got that off of cartoons. How come people don't do it no more? It doesn't require an instrument. You think there'd be some asshole ham bone in some kind of party when you got enough moonshine.
Because it takes talent to be any good at that.
Well, that's probably true. It's like a harmonica. Every asshole who can blow wind thinks he can play a harmonica, right?
Isn't Hambone called Stomp now? Not exactly. I mean, a little bit. The whole step is actually what they called it for a long time. We had step teams and stuff. But Stomp, that was old man.
Am I fucking sheltered here? Because like I'm learning about card games, rap groups, never heard of. Like I feel like Jesus Christ, I feel like a little kid like that just got invited to his dad's party, and I'm learning all this new shit.
I just love how much you sound like an old man every time you say that, huh?
It's kind of implied. It's kind of implied because I have no
Yeah.
idea what the fuck you guys are talking about. Like ham bone? What? Slapping your knees in your chest? What do you even mean?
Just go with it.
Yeah,
No,
Google it for Christ's sake. It's a thing.
Well, I mean, it came up in conversation, and I'm sure there's other people out here in the chat that have no fucking idea what ham bone is. I can't be the only one.
All I hear is boomer talk, says Zelthor. See, that tells you how sad the young generation is. They can't even tell the difference between generations.
Hey, there's a WikiHow on ham boning.
There you go.
It's numbers 1 through 9 read as follows: slap your thigh, strike your thigh again, move it up to your heart, strike your thigh twice, slap your heart again, move back down to your thigh for another slap.
2 hops now, y'all.
Sing along, speed up, then slow down. There, you've ham boned.
That's fucking retarded.
Do you want to know the Urban Dictionary definition of a ham bone is excuse me. It's a term to describe a fat jelly ass who lives off welfare, is overweight, and contributes nothing to society.
I have never heard it used that way, but I'll take their word for it.
Maybe I just grew up in a good neighborhood where I wasn't, I was never exposed to this kind of debauchery. Like
Over on Twitter, Massive Dynamic linked the gif of John Belushi taking that guy's guitar in Animal House and beating the fuck out of it. Beautiful scene if you guys haven't seen it. It's actually probably my favorite moment in that movie. The end of that movie sucks, by the way. Everybody remembers Animal House is this great movie. It was okay.
I've been seeing this since I was a kid.
It's
like a kid, like teens.
Yeah, I was in my teens when I first watched it, and everybody, this is the greatest movie ever. And so I watched it, and as a fan of comedy, I'm like, this is going to be great. And yeah, it's all right. Darkshade, thank you. Most reoccurring earworm song you've heard.
Earworm? I think he means get stuck in your head, right?
Yeah, that's what an earworm is. It's one that you can't.
I've never heard that before either.
What?
Okay.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, you did lead a sheltered life. I feel like you still are.
I'm not sheltered, dude. Okay.
You need to get out there and explore.
I ain't going anywhere. You guys need to become more civilized. This is fucking stupid.
The worst earworm, I don't know about the most common or most reoccurring, but the one that when it gets in my head, I have the hardest time getting out is the Sanford and Son theme song. That song will get stuck in my head for weeks at a time.
You might as well add the Jeffersons tune into that one.
It's not as catchy to me.
Moving on up. It's not?
No. The just the sounds from I actually go and listen to the Sanford and Son theme all the time.
That's a little weird.
No, it's actually a good song. I mean, yeah, it's going to remind you of the show, but it's a good song.
Polly, what about you? Do you got one of those earworm things going on?
Nothing's coming to mind right now.
I already said my piece. I think it's Salt and Pepper Soup. Like every once in a while, I'll get that in my fucking head and just start singing to myself.
I get so many songs stuck in my head that I sing.
I did have Funky Town stuck in my head for like 3 days. Felt like a migraine after a while.
Electric Avenue was in my mind for like a solid week. A little while back there. Couldn't
James
stop.
Colley says the Green Acres theme. Really? Oh, that must suck.
I don't even know it.
Green Acres is the place for
me.
Yeah.
God, okay.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah. Necrosol, thank you. Just to change topics, did you see people getting branded vegans? Weirdos? Yeah, I saw that. Sugar Tits posted the video. There's vegans out there literally getting branded to show that they are against the animal cruelty. Real quick, over on these Streamlabs. Thank you so much. Citron, man, this donation is so sad. It doesn't get to be in Polly's smoke jacket font.
I got to address a couple people in the chat here.
Hey, I talked to the people at PayPal today, so that's how you know that things are on the move.
Cool. When we're done, I'd be interested to hear if you don't mind me asking questions.
They didn't know what doxing was. You should hear their response when I told them what it was.
Real quick, before you do Gutenberg, Miles, thank you so much. Hey, Monkey, for me, it's the theme from Good Times. Singing it now, temporary layoffs, Good Times. Yeah.
Living in a hole. That's Greg Rogers in the chat says, at Gutenberg, I've not heard of earworm either, but being a Gen Xer may be the problem. I am last year Gen X. I was born in 79. They consider 1980 millennials. And Angela in the chat says, I get the feeling Gutenberg grew up in a predominantly Irish white neighborhood. No, it's a predominantly German, normal, upper, middle, upper, lower, middle, I don't know, middle class neighborhood. I've not heard of
Hail to the Führer. Real quick, Dark Shade, ever have a D of a friend remind you of an earworm song that you had finally gotten rid of just to fuck with you? I've been that friend. Anyway, you were saying, Gutenberg, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I just wanted to correct a couple of people in the chat. I am last year Gen X, which I'm kind of proud of. And I'm early millennial, sort of, kind of weird.
The cutoff for millennial, it jumps around depending on who's talking about it.
Wikipedia says 1980s beginning for millennial, 1980 to 1995.
Yeah, some people go as far as to 2000 because that's 2001 is actually turn of the millennium. But yeah, they go all the way up to 2000. It just depends on which group. What we're talking about, though, we know who you're talking about. If somebody says something stupid, they're probably a millennial.
Yeah, well, I think it's when you become of age or become an adult around 2000. That's why you're labeled millennial.
Yeah,
that was always my understanding, right?
Dark Shade says, "Well, then fuck you, monkey. Hey, I do what I do. Don't tell me your earworms. I'll sing them just to fuck with you."
Now, Polydub, what's up with the people at PayPal not knowing what doxing is?
Oh, I guess it'd be best to say they knew of it, just not by that term, if that would make sense.
Okay.
They were, oh, no, I understand that. But they're more of the idea of why wouldn't you want your business's name as wide and far as possible? So they just don't think of it along those lines, if that makes sense.
Is there context behind this story that I'm unaware of? Or
to get a Streamlabs, you have to have you don't necessarily have to have a PayPal to attach to it, but you want to. And it's become a meme here at Monkey in the Morning, and then bled over to Comic Book Curation. And then, of course, also on Twitter that I need to get a Streamlabs because I don't have one.
I got you. Now you can't set up like a business PayPal account or...
Yeah, that's who I was talking to, the business people today.
Oh, I was going to say, because I have a business one. I don't know even know why I have it, but you can get it and just link. It's just like having two checking accounts at the same place.
Yeah, well, the reason to have the business one, especially if you do what I do, is occasionally some people want to come find you. And if you just have a regular PayPal account, it gives a little too much information. Like, if I just had a regular one set up and I sent somebody money, they would get the city I live in. And the city I live in is so tiny, you could find me from that. So, yeah, I had to set up a business account for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's fairly simple. I did mine like 10 years ago.
And I get what they're saying there, Polly. Wouldn't you want... They're thinking Coca-Cola. They want to be known everywhere. It's like,
right.
Yes, I want to be known everywhere. But not by my first name. I couldn't tell you who runs fucking Coca-Cola. Can you off the top of your head tell me who the CEO of Coke is? No. Can you tell me who their average factory worker is? No. But you know what Coke is? Yeah, I want everybody to know what Ranting Monkey is. I don't want them to know where my fucking house is.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So you're going to set that up then, Polly, the Streamlabs there?
Yep.
Oh, cool. So you are going through with it?
Yes, I am.
Sweet. Good. I'm glad you got some answers you want. Like I said, we can discuss that after the show because that's some boring shit y'all people don't need to know about. That's I'm just deciding for the audience that's boring shit for them.
There we go.
I could ask him, but I'm not going to. I do want to get to the vegans that we were mentioning a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. See, I was like, God damn it. One of these two says something. And I wanted to raise a topic of discussion, and then I totally forgot because we went off, but that reminded me. So you're saying vegans were getting branded? That doesn't surprise me, actually.
15 seconds, y'all are never getting back. Holly telling us how he thought about something. Yeah, no.
Oh, please, as if that's the worst time.
Just let it happen. Holly, I love you. No, the fucking women getting actually branded.
That doesn't surprise me.
Ooh, I'm looking at it right now. Holy shit.
I don't know if it surprises me. Good morning, Scribbles. But coming from vegans, no, it doesn't surprise me at all. They also got tagged.
Okay, tagged is weird because like branded is common things amongst frats. It's not you know what I mean? Like it, I guess that just doesn't strike me as weird. Guys in my undergrad got branded because it's like it's an unremovable tattoo. That's kind of the and it's extremely painful, so you have to be really down for it. Like so, tag though, that's some other shit. That's just like, okay, you guys are just going straight bovine.
Look, if it's for something like that, guys, there's a video if you want to watch it. I mean, these women, men are branding women. How great is that, by the way? Let's
Jesus,
let's not forget that part of this, which I don't think has been talked about much.
I mean, I kind of like that in theory, right?
Sure.
Sorry, I thought I'd toss that out there.
But Polly, if real quick, Dark Shade, thank you. Even if I told you my most hated earworm, you'd never be able to sing it. Blows raspberry. I may not be able to sing it good, but I would look up the words. Don't make me sing Barney at you. Yeah, by the way, I get a lot of earworms from kids shows because of how many of them I watched in the last couple of years. Polly, if they were getting branded with like the vegan symbol, all right. Or
that's what I thought you were referring to.
No, it's a random number. It's a random number.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
So they could be branded. What is it? 269, I think, is the number they branded on all these people. Now, maybe that does have some vegan meaning I don't know about, but they're burning themselves to protest meat.
Yeah, Far asked if I'm branded. The answer is no. When you said it blows a raspberry, that reminds me. Strawberry Letter 23 I had stuck in my head for a couple of days at one point.
Had what?
The song Strawberry Letter 23, the Brothers Johnson.
Never
heard the song?
No.
Damn. Okay. No. It's a early 70s, mid 70s rather, soul song, really well known. And all right.
What's shocking to me is some of these women are fairly attractive too. They're not like your regular, like I don't know. You think of vegans, I mean, I kind of lump them in with like I don't know, Tumblrettes or some shit. But these women are actually fairly fucking attractive.
Real quick, Dark Shade, thank you. Okay, then it's on the Ning Nang Nong. Yeah, maybe I'll look it up sometime and fuck with you. But right now we're talking about vegans. I've moved on from earworms. I love you, but I've moved on. Well, when it comes to vegans, man, typically they're a little more attractive until they've been in it for quite a while. And the people that are willing to get branded, those are new vegans. I will bet you every one of these has only been vegan for maybe 2 years.
Yeah,
that's when you're at
the new converts are always quite
zealous.
Yeah,
the very zealous ones are. They're killing animals. Quick, burn me.
But at least they're dedicated. Idiots. At least they're dedicated, right? You can at least say that.
That's not a good thing all the time.
I mean, not all the time, but at least they're down for the cause, right?
Again, not always a good thing.
Yeah, it shows, intestinal fortitude. I kind of give them a pass.
It shows you're a moron.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the actual act. I'm talking about the symbolism of it. I give him a pass.
Ellis has just woke up. What's going on with Tim Allen? He doesn't know how to play spades, therefore he's racist. And no, I'm not kidding. Zealotry itself is not necessarily a good thing.
I don't know what that word means, but I'm going to take your tone in a hostile manner.
Zealous means what? Over enthusiastic is. I don't know a better way to explain it.
I don't know. That's one of those words I use, but I'm not
true believers
sure that I know the definition of it.
True believers who are like over the top. That's
it's to you never heard the word zeal, to have great zeal for something. That's the root word of zealous.
No.
Okay.
Dark Shade says you'll never do it, forgetful monkey. Ha! You're probably right. You win this one. Fanatics. That's but zealous usually implies a. It used to be religious, but now even political bend to it. Doesn't have to be, but it just more implies it. That's why fanatic and
Oh, okay. So it'd be like zealot, right?
yes, exactly.
Okay. I know that word, but I don't know the how you used it before. That was weird.
Zealous.
I knew what you meant, what your
Yeah.
your intent by the word, but I just never fucking knew the definition of it.
No, that's fine. We are an educational show, Gutenberg.
I am learning so much today. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I got to learn how to play spades.
Asian Hippie says 269 activists wore white hoods covered in blood. Is that real? Or are you talking about these crazy fucks? Is that what that's in reference to? Is some clan-like vegan cult?
Where was that video shot? Because it has UK written all over it.
Well, up in the corner it says Paris. So.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, Europe. Yeah.
Oh man, you just know those women stank too.
What?
What?
French women?
Parisians don't bathe.
Parisians? Huh?
Parisians. People from Paris.
Oh, okay.
Parisians don't bathe. They're French, man.
We just call them French. I didn't know why you had to add the Parisian. I'm learning
Because
new
they're
words
specifically
today.
from Paris.
I know, but I've never even heard that word before either.
You need to get out more, motherfucker.
I am out more. That's why I don't know this bullshit. I'm out living my life, monkey.
Bunny says, aren't they hairy too? Well, they actually look quite shaved. And I mean, and that's not a sexual reference, y'all. We can't see their vaginas. But they don't look like your typical hairy European.
They look attractive. All of them. That's what kind of caught me off guard there. I don't know. I just think it's some like sweaty, obese ham bone of a broad.
Look, Tail, just because you're closer to the home country doesn't mean you can tell me how to pronounce English words. Damn it. I feel like bears in here yelling me on how that's how I pronounce it. I was born this way. Don't judge. Anyhow. What in the hell is that? Oh God. I gotta, I love Sugar Tits and her page and everything, but sometimes I just can't watch everything she puts up there. Gotta get off there before shit happens. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about this morning before we just move to whatever the hell, which we've already done quite a bit of, which is all right. It was a video that came out, and I don't know where this is actually from. Oh, it's from HBO. Axios on HBO. They had a interview with what's his name? Sundar Pichai? I don't know. The guy who runs Google. And they were asking him like, what happens when you see a horrible video and it's got hundreds of thousands of views? And it's a horrible video. And he's like, well, I don't know what that is, but we're cracking down to get rid of hate speech, and yeah, we get to decide what that is. Basically, is what he says. So basically, anything they think is hate speech, they can throw away at any time. Which, by the way, makes them a publisher. I think his name is Sundial Pikachu. Damn it, Danger Spaces! I thought you were being serious for a second. And Necrosol says, I swear you were right. It's okay. When I first watched this, I thought it was a setup. I really did, because I wasn't actually watching. I was listening. And the interviewer sounds like Steven Crowder. It's a woman, y'all.
Yeah.
But it sounds like Steven Crowder, and it's not an attractive woman. So I look over and I'm like, is that Crowder in drag? But it's not. It's not. This was a legitimate interview, apparently. But yeah, there's these platforms coming out and deciding things like that. Like, we get to decide what hate speech is. That is them specifically being a publisher. A publisher. This is a fucking violation of 230. And the reason, okay, we need to explain the difference between a publisher and a platform. In section 230 of US code, I forget the exact code it's under, but section 230 tells us that a internet provider or an internet platform, in the case of these guys, can't be held responsible for what's said on their platform, because all they're doing is providing a place for it to be, and with no editorial decisions at all. Where a publisher, those are the people who like a daily paper. They get to decide what goes into the editorial column. Therefore, they are responsible for what's said in there if there's any liabilities. If there's any lies told in there, misinformation, that kind of stuff, they're absolutely responsible for it. You can sue them for that stuff. Doesn't mean you're going to win, but you can sue them for that. Section 230 shields people like Google, people like Facebook, people like Twitter from that happening, because the argument is it's not their opinion. They're just providing a place for it to happen. Well, when you start deciding what's allowed, what's good, and what's not, you are acting as a publisher. You're making editorial decisions. So, and I've tried to have this argument. This is part of what I was trying to argue. I believe it was with Mundane Matt the other day. This is going to get to a point where Congress is going to act. Now, right now, you're probably okay because you have a Democratic Congress in there. But when you see Republicans continually beating the drum of, look at how they're silencing Republicans, look at how they're silencing conservatives. What's going to happen is conservatives are going to get in there and they're going to make special rules that don't allow this shit, which is going to get these companies shut down. Because once you can start suing Facebook, Twitter, YouTube for the things said on their platform, holy shit.
I don't think it would be suing. It'd be more of like following some sort of internet bill of rights, right?
Well, that's the problem right now, though. It's being protected by 230 is what keeps them from being sued for what's said. That's why you can't sue them over what's said.
Right. But you don't think there should be you wouldn't be against maybe like an internet, expanding the kind of First Amendment as is written in the Constitution into these tech platforms?
No, because I think the First Amendment still applies there, because the First Amendment is in regards to the government, not necessarily the whole idea of free speech.
Well, I mean, yeah, but yeah. No.
No, see what needs to happen here, Goot, is that they need to act as a platform. They need to be held to that. Like, look, if you guys don't start acting right, yeah, we're just going to let everybody go ham on your ass.
Ham?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get understand your position. I'm not being like a dick.
No, you're fine. My position is that they can make any goddamn decision they want regarding their company. What they can't do is hide behind Section 230 when it doesn't apply.
Right.
230 keeps them from getting sued. So like all of the Covington stuff we saw, like when the Washington Post tweeted out about the Covington kids that first day, that went up on Twitter's platform. You can't, Nick Sandman, the kid from that whole thing, he can't sue Twitter over that because Twitter is just a platform.
Right, but we're talking about deplatforming, and you're talking about a specific attack orchestrated by media companies.
No. You're missing the whole point here.
I am. Help me understand.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay.
The thing with 230, making a platform, means that everybody gets a voice. That's what gives you your free speech online. Is everybody gets a voice because these companies are protected. What you say on their platform won't get them in trouble. Therefore, free speech.
Right. I 100% agree with that point. But what about tech companies overwhelmingly censoring conservative voices, removing?
Hang on.
I'm sorry. Okay.
That's where removing 230 protection comes in, because once they do that, you can start suing them for the shit they're doing there.
I'm not talking about removing that. I'm talking about expanding it or something. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to expand. Either they get the protections of being allowed to be a 230, or they don't. And if Facebook and Twitter and Google were all facing the same lawsuits that the New York Times, CNN, and Twitter are, or not Twitter, sorry, the Washington Post are, they would have to go back to actually being a platform, or just admit they're a publisher and no longer have those protections and have to editorialize the entire site, which they simply can't do.
I'm talking about removing people off platforms, largely conservative people, not what's being posted on the platform.
Yeah, you are missing the point completely.
No. I really don't think
you are. By removing those people, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're no longer a platform. They're a publisher.
Okay.
Which means they can be sued for the shit that is said on their site.
But they're already doing it.
They are, because they're still getting 230 protection. That's the part I'm talking about when a new Congress comes in and they'll look at this and go, no, you guys don't get this coverage. You're not abiding by what this actually says.
Okay.
You are silencing people over here specifically because of their views, which means you're editorializing. Okay. You're a publisher.
I understand that point. Well, something needs done in a broad, maybe added to 230. Should it not be?
I don't think there's anything in there. I think what this needs to go through the courts is actually what needs to happen. Somebody like, say Alex Jones, say, there's a couple of people who've, won arguments with these assholes. Steven Crowder would be a great one right now. Steven Crowder could go out there and, YouTube, they were so dirty with that because they came out and said Crowder did nothing wrong. So they're covered by 230 because they didn't editorialize there. He didn't break our rules. By the way, he just made us look bad, so we're punishing him for that. What you need is somebody to actually sue them. And for a judge to go, you know what? By your actions, you're not covered by this anymore. And that would make the companies go, holy shit, they're not kidding. But until that happens, none of this shit's going to change.
All right, I gotcha.
It's the incentive there, Gutenberg. That's the incentive not to get the shit suit out of them is what gives you your free speech online. Because they simply do not have the capacity, even with all their bots, to go through every fucking post on Twitter that's made every day, every video on YouTube, every post on Facebook. They don't have the ability to do that.
I'm aware of that. I think I understand what you're saying. I think I'm just coming at it from a different angle.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from because I know a lot. I get asked about an internet bill of rights all the time. Like, we don't need it. We really don't. And for anybody who thinks, we just need to start a conservative platform, I think it was Crowder talking about this. If you go to Gab or you go to Minds, is that still around, Minds? If you go to any of these other platforms, this kind of shit's going to come too, because eventually the whole idea is not just to get out there and have a platform to speak if you like making videos. It's for a lot of people to make money on those platforms. And when the money starts coming in, the advertiser's like, excuse me, we need to talk about what's said over here. And what should have happened the first time back with PewDiePie, so many years ago now, was that 2 years, 2.5 years? Google should have looked at him and gone, look, we are a platform that he didn't break any rules. Sorry. And the advertiser went, I'm going to take my money and go, oh, fuck, there's no competitor. Instead, we have the social justice force led by Susan Wojcicki.
Google could just stand and be like, fuck you. What are you going to do? Start using fucking Yahoo search engine? Like, what the fuck are you really going to do? It's Google. Where else are you going to go? You going to stop watching YouTube videos because you're mad Steven Crowder didn't get the platform? No, you're not. No, you're fucking not.
Yeah, that's exactly what they should have done. You know what? They should have pulled a Trump. They should have said, look how big my dick is. Absolutely. Where are you going to go?
Google should have changed its logo to a big fat black cock and said, fuck you.
Yes. And put the Wall Street Journal's name right across it.
Fuck you. Suck my dick. We'll just remove all your bullshit from our fucking search engine. How about that? YouTube or Google needs a Trump. 100%.
Somebody asked me the other day, like, are you supporting Wojcicki? Because I didn't blame her specifically for the Crowder thing. Because I don't think you can. I don't think you can blame Wojcicki for everything. I think as the CEO, she definitely the buck stops with her. So anything that's been done, sure, it's on her. But She's not sitting in her office all day thinking, how can I shut up conservatives? She has people coming to her going, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to try to do. And she either says yes or no. And she says yes to a whole shitload of bad ideas, but she's not the one coming up with the bad ideas. So it's not just her. It's YouTube itself.
I'm willing to bet she just has a gaggle of people under her and she only hears about shit when it blows up and it's a PR nightmare. I'm willing to bet.
When it comes to the controversies, you're right. But any major change at the company has to go through her. She's the fucking CEO.
Right. I'm sure she has to get briefed on certain
right.
things.
Yeah.
Like, certain
she might look
beneath her.
She might not even know what the fuck what it means. I'm not suggesting she's an idiot, but I mean, Google's own CEO admitted to the censorship. Yeah, we just talked about that. That was in that video. I swear to God, y'all, that's Crowder. It has to be. It has to be. That's got to be a joke. There's no way a woman sounds just like Crowder. Come on.
Do you know if you say space ghetto in American accent, it sounds like Spice Girls in Scottish?
It doesn't surprise me.
Space ghetto in an American accent. Say it. Sounds like Spice Girls in Scottish. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
You know, these screens do put us in a weird and lethargic trances. It slows your heart rate. What are we talking about? What screens? And Chris asks, has nobody sued these companies yet? No, they may have tried, but they can't. They have 230, like I said, 230 protection. Look, this is something for anybody who does YouTube and stuff, anybody on social media, you should know some of these laws. You really should, because they affect you more than you might think. There was a newspaper. Who was it? I can't remember. But they got sued recently because something that was said on in their comment sections, and they're like, no, hey, look, that is just a platform we give people. And the court came back and said, yeah, but you make editorial decisions. And they specifically had gone through in that comment thread and taken people's comments out, which showed they were editorializing it. They were deciding what was okay and not okay to say. That, man, 230 should have protected us all. And if it was enforced the way it's supposed to be, then it would be. It would take care of all of it.
Paulie, what are your thoughts on all this? You've been awfully quiet.
I agree with Monkey about 90% of the way.
What are your thoughts?
Which is odd as fuck. Are you okay? Are you having
I mean, come on. This is, we've both made the argument.
I know.
On
so I know. I love you.
The pains that Senator Cruz was at when he had robot man Zuckerberg giving testimony before Congress, and he grilled him again and again. Are you observing your constitutionally protected rights of free speech to speak as you will and acting as a publisher, or are you providing a platform for people to exercise their constitutionally protected rights to free speech? Both are protected under the law, and I just want an answer as to which one you see Facebook is doing. He talked for 2 minutes straight and didn't give anything that came close to approaching an answer. Cruz comes back at him. That's all fine and dandy, Mr. Zuckerberg. But again, and what he was asking him, are you a publisher or are you a platform? Over and over again. And Zuckerberg knew exactly what he was asking him and why he was asking him, because I want you on the record saying which one you are. And there was and Cruz was offering it to him in the most, like, he gave him 2 candy coated options, except, one of them was going to poison him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because somebody in chat said it earlier, and it's exactly the case. We want our cake and eat it too. We want all of the protections of just being a platform, but we want to be able to ban people and edit people at will.
Yep.
And it's like, but you can't have both those things at the same time. Well, we can if we just keep dancing fast enough.
Real quick, over on Streamlabs, thank you so much, Cryptic, who says Gutenberg isn't drunk before noon. This is a surprise.
I work at night. Number one. Number two, a couple people are confused about Space Ghetto in the chat. Say Space Ghetto. Space Ghetto. Space Ghetto. Sounds like Spice Girls. That's the joke. Space Ghetto.
You have to hear it from a
Space Ghetto.
You know how Scottish people talk.
I will tell you, because I did hear a couple of things that I didn't disagree with. I think you're a little bit, more than a little bit optimistic upon a new Congress coming in. Let's say that a majority, even a supermajority of Republicans come into Congress. okay, in 2020. I still don't see it coming up as an issue unless something compels it to be an issue before Congress. The odds of them taking it up on their own are very low indeed, by my estimation. Now that just might be my cynicism talking, but if the pattern of history holds, that's the way things work.
My point with when I was arguing with Matt is maybe not now. It's certainly not with the Congress we have now, and certainly not if it stays in Democratic hands.
Oh, absolutely not. No. Yeah.
But if you see a large push from the Republican National Committee to say, hey, you know what? People really care about getting silenced, and it's mostly conservatives, and they push that as a big issue. I can see it coming up. Whether or not they actually do anything, again, I don't think they need to do anything. I think at this point it's actually up to the courts. But it's going to take somebody to sue for that to matter.
It will, and it'll have to go to the point of being precedent, right? Like settlements, all of the things that are involved in that. And anybody who has, we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company, and when they have that kind of decision go against them, they're going to appeal it and up and up and up. So I think it will be addressed eventually, but talk of 2020 is like, Jesus Christ, no, man, like within our lifetimes, it's a possibility is a more likely time frame.
I think if they suffered a major legal setback,
what if the federal government stepped in and sued them?
Well, I don't think, can the feds do that?
They can,
oh, hang on, Sinatra, you're roboting, bud. Hang on, bud. There he goes. He'll be right back.
Jesus Christ.
I know the government can sue over things. I'm not sure if this would be one of them.
That better?
There we go. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I am angry.
Uh-oh. Over this or something else?
So YouTube sent out their pay slips, right?
Uh-oh.
I am not getting a single dollar that the main channel earned last month, period.
What the fuck?
Whether
How can they do that?
Revenue, super chats, nothing.
How can they do that?
So they're retroactively kicking you out of the program?
They're not giving me a single fucking dollar that the main channel earned.
That's like, especially the super chats. That's just
that's dirty.
Hell.
That's dirty as fuck. Real quick, thank you, Pincalo. Did you guys watch the Jon Stewart video? He looks rough, and he was just wrong. And that was just wrong of Congress. Yeah, we can talk about that in a little bit. I saw his testimony. I didn't see I saw his opening statement.
Especially with the views you were getting, Sinatra. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, I had almost 3 million views last month. And all of those up until less than a week ago were monetized. I don't get a single fucking penny from that. YouTube refuses to respond to my email. They refuse to respond to my tweet. Nothing.
Well, it's Red Castro. You asked my question. Are they refunding the super chats? Did they say that?
They haven't said a single thing to me.
Like,
Jesus fuck.
I mean, that goes beyond dirty. That's like the super chat shit is
that's theft.
Just straight up theft. Exactly.
I'm not in the partner program, so I can't reach out to creator support.
Wow.
Did you reach out to them on Twitter?
I did. I sent them 4 tweets and still nothing.
Were all those videos monetized? I mean, did you have some that weren't, or because 3 million views is a lot of fucking money?
A good amount of them were monetized.
Because I know I haven't uploaded it in a long time, and I'm still getting ad revenue. I have no idea how, but I can 3 million. That's a lot of fucking money. A lot of money. Holy fuck!
When did you tweet this out?
Yesterday. It's 15 hours ago. There
it is. All right. I'm going to do what I can, man. I'm going to retweet it. And everybody in chat who has a Twitter, please, for the love of God, like and retweet this tweet.
Yeah, I threw it in chat if anyone wants to take a look at it.
That is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, no answer, nothing.
Hey, at YouTube. And let's see here. Sorry, guys. This is important. I mean, one, this is a friend of mine getting fucked over, and two, this is them stealing
Yeah, this is thousands of dollars. This is not like a couple $100. That's insane, dude.
Retweet, like.
There we go. Yeah, that's blatant theft. One, they've already made the money off the ads, which they are supposed to split 60-40 with you, which means they're taking 100%, which is against their own not guidelines, contract. And they're stealing super chat money that was designated just for you. What the fuck?
I think it was only maybe 1 or 2 streams of super chats, but still, I should get something.
Sure, yeah. Oh, yeah, because you ended up in trouble over there, didn't you?
Yeah, it would have been the first Tucker Tuesday and the Friday before it's Ghost Poo. I'm looking at a calendar.
Yeah, but there's still some on there, so that is directly from people who wanted to give it to you. And then, like I said, the ads have already run. You can't take that back. You can't fucking take that back. Are you serious? Oh, them dirty fucks. Them dirty little fucks.
This is why I don't give a fuck about uploading to YouTube anymore. I really don't.
If I had something else I could do, trust me, I would.
Right. I know this is like literally your job. I understand, and a lot of people don't seem to get that. Like, this is how some people paid their fucking mortgages, their rent, their car payment, support their fucking families. Like, you can't just retroactively take people's fucking money. Like, that's fucking retarded, dude.
Real quick over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Cryptic, who said, this is why fuck YouTube. And guys, yeah, if you can donate through Streamlabs, I really appreciate it if you take that route, because as we've just seen, you never know when YouTube's just going to steal from you. Thanks, guys.
I guess I talked to Gator from Ralph's show last night. He said that they just straight up took his whole last month of super chats, all of them.
Jesus fuck, man. That is dirty.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, with the super chats, if they refund them, I mean, I don't like that, but at least then I can't say it's theft. But they already got paid for those advertisements. Don't even try to pull that shit.
Right.
Even.
If I would have gotten all the ad revenue from that, I could have lived uncomfortably and been okay till my channel was remonetized.
Right.
But now that's not even an option.
Yeah, that's man.
3 million.
I'm sorry to hear that,
views.
dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying 3 million fucking views. I don't think some people understand how much money that is in ad revenue. That's a lot of fucking money.
I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. That would have been about $2,600. And apparently I'm only getting let me pull up AdSense, because all it is the Creeps In channel and the stream channel out of over 2,600, which could have been up to 3,000. You never know. I'm only getting $548.
Wow,
that's insane. Do you guys want to know how much 3 million views would have been in 2015?
No,
that would have been about $12,000.
Easily, yeah.
Easily. That's insane, dude. Fucking $2,600 ain't no chump change, though.
Yeah, well, everybody's retweeting it, so hopefully those fuckers need to answer. They really do.
What's even funnier? It just makes me laugh at this point how dirty they are. They took me out of the partner program, so now I can't even reach creator support by email or by chat.
Right.
You gotta wonder how this shit happened. Like, you think your channel was flagged by the company or flagged by people?
I think it was flagged by the company, because I was hit at the same time as everyone else in this past week's mass demonetization. So I was hit when Vincent James and James Allsup were hit. So I got to imagine it was someone in the company.
I always found that strange. Yeah.
They had to have hit a new word in the bot that was hitting people. They had to have.
That can't be words. There's got to be someone manually watching.
In the email they sent, they said it's because so many of my videos went against the advertiser policies. But what's funny to me,
you get a lot more monetized than I do.
I got like 80% of my views monetized.
Wow.
I get like 5% of mine monetized.
I'm about 50-50.
And see, that's why I think it had to have been some kind of bot that they did, because you've made jokes I don't generally make over here, offensive ones. They had to have done this with a bot just to, and you know what? They may have stopped and said, okay, let's go through a couple of these and see if they qualify, and then did it from there. But I just can't believe this was all manual. I just can't.
Do you think they're using like voice learning technology?
Of course they are.
Okay.
Well, they have the closed caption option when you up. My
Right.
fucking computer crashed last night while I was rendering. Son of a bitch.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yes.
I'm just trying to wonder how I mean, other than 2015, like my channel has been fine. I have not got fucking flagged. I'm waiting for shit to pop up saying your channel is fucking gone, pretty much, but it hasn't happened.
Cryptic Acid Polydub has a Streamlabs yet? No, he's getting it set up though. He's active in getting that taken care of. We talked about that earlier. It's so much easier to just say.
I know, but I didn't want to interrupt y'all's conversation.
What show are you on? Damn you.
What? No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna. Sinatra, shut up about them stealing from you. Let me respond to this person in chat.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, just hang on a second. I gotta address something in chat. That's all you gotta say. You don't have to be a dick about it.
What show am I on? What do you mean? Of
Don't care about your problems. Hang on a minute.
People in chat are asking if I'm BitChute. Shut up, Polly. Yes, I am. I'm rarely active on it, but I have it set to upload everything I upload. So yeah.
Are you doing well? Are you doing well enough on Streamlabs to kind of be okay for the month, or what?
Kind of. If I don't plan on eating every day, yes.
Ramen, my friend, ramen. Speaking of which, dude, throw your Streamlabs link into the chat for everybody.
Okay, yeah, let me pull that up.
Because look, donations to me are appreciated. Donations to people on the dais are appreciated as well. Thank you for supporting your favorite creators. And again, I'm not telling you not to super chat because YouTube doesn't like when you tell people to do that. But I will say, if you would like to support the channel financially, please do the Streamlabs. Oh, Star threw it in there for you. Nuts.
Thank you, Star.
Nuts. Thank you so much for doing that. She's such a sweetheart. I love her.
I will say last night I did get one insanely generous donation, but that's right to rent. So
I feel you there. And yes, thank you, YouTube. Because of this, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this. Super chat donations have gone way down.
Yeah, insanely.
Thanks again, YouTube. Cripple here trying to make a living.
They think what they're doing is actually good, but I wonder if they're ever going to have that "Are we the baddies" moment.
Whoever thinks that, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what was funny about that skit. Is it as if people ever actually asked themselves that was half the joke, right? No, they're never. They're doing what they're doing because they're absolutely convinced they're right and righteous, man. Like it.
They're on the right side of history, don't you know?
God damn, was that? I know I bring it up a lot, but that fucking recording after the fucking presidential election of 2016 from the Google executive meeting,
right?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
It was so enlightening and frightening at the same time. There were grown people crying, and well, we need to use the levers of power we have at our hands to make sure that this doesn't happen. It gets like, you're a fucking tech company. What the fuck is? But yeah, it speaks volumes because they were like on a righteous mission. You would think they were talking about, Martin Luther King just got killed. We need to make sure something like this never happens again. I mean, that's the level they were talking on. Bawling. You could hear people sniffling in the background. Fuck.
That was really fucking hilarious.
The most, I think, astute look at this whole situation that I've seen actually came from Medicare. In his stream that he did right after this all broke, he said, these companies, they're like, look what happened in 2016. We can't let that happen again. Now, I don't necessarily think it's we can't let that happen again. We can't let our company be a part of it again.
So what we're saying is big tech companies are going to meddle in the election. Pretty much.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly what they're doing.
So you don't want an internet bill of rights?
Like I said, that's by doing so, they should be opening themselves up to 230 or loss of 230 protection, get the shit suit out of them. But somebody's got to sue them.
Well, the federal government can do it, but then laws would have to change because precedents would be set.
Yeah, that's the only thing with the Internet Bill of Rights. Like, I like that idea, but somebody has to do it.
Yeah, because even if you have an Internet Bill of Rights, Gutenberg, it doesn't matter until somebody sues because it was breached. I mean, having free speech in our country doesn't mean you won't go to jail for saying something. It's happened before. You end up having to sue in order to go, look, they violated my rights.
Right, but everybody, this has been a tired fucking argument. But the internet and these platforms now are the town halls.
Yes,
and if you're removed from these platforms, you are literally, your voice is being removed.
Yep.
And if these tech companies can do that shit, I'm not saying with your 230 fucking thing, because I
get you.
But it needs to be expanded and extrapolated on. Does it not?
Well, no, I really don't think it does. Because again, okay, let's say you get an Internet Bill of Rights, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says you have free speech on the internet,
right?
They can still they still have to conform to international law, so it'll only be within the U.S.
Well, and country that matters. I mean, to be fair,
indeed. But let's say you say something online and they take you down. You have to sue them to prove that they violated your internet free speech right. It's the same thing.
Necrosol threw $5 to say peanut butter, jelly, and fried bologna. Wish I could help more. I don't like fried bologna. I'll get down on some peanut butter and jelly, but the kids won't. I will, though. That's all that matters.
Buy some hot dogs. YouTube is claiming to be a platform, but reaping the benefits of being a publisher. Yeah, they're all doing it right now, actually.
Thank you, Necrosol.
So you think this is going to eventually come? Like the federal government is going to have to kind of well, at least under the Trump administration.
I've got a little bit of a pessimistic view about this because I don't think Trump is going to do anything.
Oh, neither do I.
I think he's just going to tweet about it and then completely forget the people who helped him get elected.
Really? Well, what if it's going to hinder his 2020 election, which is starting to ramp up right now?
If he was going to do it for 2020, he would have done it already.
Well, yeah. I mean, you might be right. I mean, no one knows what is actually going on, but do you really think they removed Alex Jones because of conspiracy? Like, no one had a problem with him before Trump got elected. No one had a problem with Steven Crowder before Trump got elected, or any conservative voices. No one gave a fuck for the most part. But as soon as he got elected, what happened? It was a field day with tech companies and all these fucking bloggers and all these stupid Voxes and all that fucking bullshit going after these individual YouTubers. It's like coming from like all sides, if that makes sense, right? Because they all helped got Trump elected for the most part online. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, or what do you guys think?
I don't know. It's
don't you guys find it a little funny though? After 2016, everything fucking changed.
Well, of course, because everyone thought Hillary was going to win.
Not everybody, but yeah, I get your point.
I don't know how much of it changed. I think
just like, I'm sorry, Monkey too, but just like how 2009 or 2007, 8 Facebook pretty much gave Obama the fucking nomination. Like the tech companies back then in their infancy literally helped Obama get elected for the most part.
Someone in the chat said it doesn't take long to enact an executive order. Yeah, but he would still have to do it.
Well, even with an executive order, you still have to enforce it. That's where the courts come in. That's why I keep saying somebody has to sue for any of this to matter.
Well, to go against these tech companies, it's going to need to be the federal government because no one has enough money to go against these tech companies.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. An executive order, though, executive orders are to direct federal departments for enforcement of the law, like to prioritize. So what federal department is being prioritized to do what? Like you could send an executive order to the Department of Justice to do what? Like you see, people say sign an executive order. Like we don't live in a system of royal fiat. where the king so decrees to the land, like he's got to direct the departments to do something. So the Department of Justice to do what? Put the screws to tech companies again to do what? To declare themselves one thing or another, publishers or not. There's no case that's before the courts. There's no decision for them to enforce. So I mean, executive orders, okay, but again, to do what?
Well, just like Project Veritas had that undercover video of Pinterest caught censoring conservatives and all that fucking bullshit too. Like,
right.
You don't think it's going to come to a breaking point at some time? A breaking point meaning the federal government sues these tech companies, which after the lawsuit goes through, precedent is going to be set and laws would more than likely change, whether it's adding to 230 or replacing it completely.
To sue somebody, you have to have standing. What standing does the federal government have as the wronged party?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can be indicted for a ham sandwich. You can drag people in front of.
But if you don't have standing, as soon as you get into the court, the judge is going to go, you can't sue here. Bye.
It's going to be dismissed out of hand.
Yeah.
All right.
Now the FTC could get involved.
Sure.
In terms of like unfair business practices, and there's what's his name, the oddly accented American lawyer that is pushing for the thing in and around what happened to Sargon, to look into it. But he lays out on his video that, or he's even spending 1 day a week outside of his law firm pushing this, and it's looking like a year, and he's got dozens of lawyers working pro bono on the side to help him out. That's how long it takes something to get before the FTC.
Well, people
have to look at it.
Right. But everybody's saying in chat, like, sue them for what? Trust me, if the government wants to come after you, they'll come after you somehow. It won't be maybe for deplatforming. It'll be for something else. But yeah, more than likely, a bill would have to be drafted in the Senate and try to push through Congress and all that fucking bullshit. But if the government wants to come after you for something, they're going to find something, even if it's not the initial thing that is the issue.
The only thing that they could do through Congress is somehow draft a bill where this would become an issue for the feds to sue over. Mm-hmm. And they can't. What you need, like I get what you're saying, Gutenberg, and in a perfect world, you might be right. In this world, you need somebody who's been wronged by this to sue, because that's what it takes. And until it is, all of the new laws you make are going to be redundant, actually. I mean, the whole purpose of the platform is that everybody does get their say. Everybody gets their say, and YouTube can't say, "Oh, you can't say that because it's wrong."
The law is set up exactly the way that you want it right now, which is just you have to act as a publisher or you have to act as a platform. Mm-hmm. Except they're, like I was joking before, they're dancing fast and trying to have their cake and eat it too. We want to be able to have editorial decision making while having the freedom from liability of claiming to be an open platform, which they're clearly not doing because Sinatra's on here and look at the situation he's in. It's not an open fucking platform. They clearly editorialized him right out of existence.
Well, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just fucking spitballing this shit. I'm throwing it out there. This is totally unfucking thought of.
I hear you.
But Greg Rogers in the chat says the Department of Justice can help enforce antitrust laws, or the Whiskey Cowboy class action lawsuit. So there is possible ways that the federal government can come down on these fucking tech companies, even if it's not for just the blatant deplatforming or removing people. There are certain, like they got Al Capone on tax evasion because they couldn't get him on anything else. I'm just saying it's probably going to come eventually.
Like I would have liked to seen Alex Jones sue. I'd love to see Crowder sue. Somebody's got to do it, and that's what it's going to take.
But they can't sue. They don't have the money. They don't have the money. No. These tech companies will drag them through years of litigation, and so much. Alex Jones doesn't have enough money. More than likely, 99% of the people in this country don't have enough money to go against tech companies. You kidding me? It needs to be the federal government with unlimited funds to go after fucking Google. Are you kidding me?
How about Sinatra uses his channel to plug products in his video?
Male vitality.
You got
I'm actually in contact with the same people who James Alsop and Red Elephants use to network. So hopefully we'll get something off the ground soon.
You got to get you some of those mobile game app fucking sponsorships, bro.
Real quick.
Doesn't Bering have one? Sorry.
I don't know if he does or not. Dangerous Spaces says Crowder has a lawyer on retainer. He does, but this is what they did really dirty in this situation. They didn't kick Crowder off. All they did was kick him out of the partner program, which is different. That's not silencing him. He can still say what he wants on the platform.
Right.
That's where they went dirty as fuck on this.
See, you know what I mean? That's exactly where we're talking.
Yep,
I
exactly.
said they editorialized Sinatra out of existence. No, they didn't. The tricky bastards, did they?
Nope.
They strangled his lifeline to make it far less enticing for him to continue on the platform. Wahaha, motherfuckers.
Well, I don't.
You know?
I'm not gonna say that YouTube is silencing me, because my views and subscribers are still just as steady as they were before.
Right.
But they're taking away the incentive to continue doing this.
Yeah, and you're not wrong there. But that's where it gets. You have to understand all of this stuff to know what the options are and how, and to talk what Polly talking about. Them, they're dancing, man. They are good, man. They are fucking good. There's a reason they came out and said Crowder did nothing wrong. Because if they hadn't, then yeah, he'd have the ability to sue, and Crowder's not afraid to. Crowder sued people before.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't think the common higher echelon YouTuber has the kind of money to go against Google.
No, they don't. You need somebody who does, and
the federal government.
You can't look. We've seen people raise millions of dollars, well, hundreds of thousands of dollars for lawsuits on YouTube.
Yeah, that's like 6 months of just going through the paperwork. That's like 6 months of retainers for lawyers against Google's fucking probably like 80-man army team of fucking lawyers. Like, it just seems unfeasible. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I mean, I must throw that out there, right? But it seems quite fucking expensive. And not only that, to have it, probably you want to be in a friendly district like Texas or something. So there's going to be like a year of litigation just to get the or the proceeding, just to get that moved out of California or wherever.
It'd probably be in California anyway, because that's where the business is. So you might, if you're going to do it, you just do it there to begin with, so you don't have to have that fight.
But if it's federally, you can sue against to have it moved to a more friendlier district. I know you can do that.
You can, but again, it's a waste of your money.
That's a waste of your. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to lose in California, you have a chance in Texas.
Well, again, it's not even about that first case, Gutenberg. It's say you lose, you appeal. The appeal gets shot down. You take it all the way to the Supreme Court.
Right. You're talking like 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. There is no quick fix. There's no snap your fingers. There's no Congress makes a law that makes this all better. It's going to take time. It's going to take doing something about it.
But my point is that Crowder or those guys don't have 6 years worth of fucking lawyer and litigation money. That was my point. But continue.
But they can keep crowdfunding.
Okay, maybe it's possible. Just to me, in my mind, seems unfeasible. But
maybe you know what? That's exactly why nobody's doing it, because everybody said this can't be done. Look around. There's plenty of times corporations have got the shit smacked out of them by little guys. It happens.
Sure.
Especially when the law is actually on their side. I want to talk about this because this comes up every time this happens, and I hate Nick Rekieta for this. He says there's such a thing as tortious. Is that how I said tortious? Tortious. Thank you. Interference. Yes, there is. But simply being demonetized is not that. And unjustified breaking of a contract or whatever it's called. Read the YouTube terms of service. There's a reason they are vague as fuck.
I'm not so much talking about the removal of ad revenue or whatever. They can freely do that because that's their platform. I'm just talking about how the large social media platforms now are literally the town hall of people, because no one gathers in a town hall anymore. That's all the point I was making.
No, and I get that point. And as soon as that decision, because I was shocked as fuck when that judge came out and said that Trump had to unblock everybody, and claiming that it was a town hall, because what he basically said is, I can say anything I fucking want. to any politician out there, and they have to take it.
Well,
they have to.
That right there is already a minor precedent. That could be argued.
It is. It's being argued in the Ninth Circuit right now. I don't know. I don't think they've come down with a decision yet. And then after that, it'll probably end up going all the way to the Supreme Court. So they admitted he didn't break TOS. Yes, he didn't break TOS, but they did get him on advertising guidelines. There's the TOS for having a channel. Excuse me. It's not the same for the partner program. There are different things in there.
Yeah.
Real quick over on the Streamlabs. Thank you so much, Pincalo, who says Gutenberg is making me picture that scene where Mr. Burns reveals his 16 high-priced lawyers only replace Mr. Burns with a poo. Oh dear God.
Wait, are you calling me a poo, motherfucker?
No, he's calling Sandal a poo, the guy who runs Google.
Gotcha.
Anyhow.
You're not wrong, guy.
Well, I remember that. That's Lionel Hutz, the lawyer, screamed and ran out of the room when he saw them. And I have 16 high-priced lawyers. He was Phil Hartman and his brilliance playing Lionel Hutz.
Chauncey Stewart says, I heard that AOC blocks people on Twitter. She has, and if anybody wants to sue her, they can. This actually was has gone down as small as a city council. Some mayor was blocking people, and they took her to court, and they're like, "Yeah, this is what's going on now. You can't do that." So everybody's waiting to see what happens with the rest of that case.
That's a little strange because you'd have to sue that person individually, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that 203 bullshit is how Twitter can get behind just fucking removing people.
Yes, right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm trying to understand it, dude. So
because it's 230 actually, not 203. 230 also, it does have in there. I mean that you still have to follow their rules, but when they keep making their rules, the one that did it for me was when it was like, okay, they're fucked now. Was the conspiracy theories,
right?
Because that's straight up opinion, and you're saying you can't have an opinion on their a certain opinion on their platform. Like, ooh, you can't do that.
So you'd have to remove like unsolved mysteries from the 80s, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It wasn't about conspiracy theories. Alex Jones literally helped people vote for Donald Trump, and that's why he's off the platform. Literally.
It was going after Alex Jones, and they're like, well, we can't just go after Alex Jones. So conspiracy theories, flat earthers can't have their videos anymore.
Everybody, all those people ignored him before 2016. You know, no one gave a fuck about. Well, these people didn't give a fuck about him until he was a large proponent of Donald Trump in 2016.
Now, shifting things a little bit because we beat the hell out of this topic.
I had fun with it, though.
Me too, but it's been a big topic lately, and I'm actually glad you were here, and it gave us a chance to explain things some people might not understand. And I hope I made you understand Gutenberg. I don't know if I did or not, but
no, you did. I just. Yeah, the problem with me is like I half-ass pay attention to shit, and then I 100% know what I think I know what I'm talking about. That's my problem. That's my downfall as a human being.
Fair enough. Knowing your problems is a good thing.
I only half care about anything I talk about, and I only half research it.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, my favorite moron in Congress. And there's a lot to choose from, guys. There really are. There's a lot of dumb people in Congress. But she tweeted this out yesterday.
I still say she has C cups.
She says, yep, voting against cost of living increases for member of Congress may sound nice, but doing so only increases pressure on them to keep dark money loophole opens. This makes campaign finance reform harder. All workers deserve cost of living increases, including minimum wage workers. Now, what we're talking about is, I think since 2009, every year Congress has voted not to give themselves a raise. And they have to do that, guys, because it's in the law. They automatically get a raise. And they've been smart enough for the last several years to not do that. Well, now the Democrats are in there. And Miss Cortez here, who's been in office, what is this? We're in June, so 6 months? Not even a full 6 months?
Yeah, about 6 months.
Bitch needs a raise, y'all. She needs a cost of living raise. Now, I want to tell you.
It's not even a small raise. It's $4,500.
Yeah. And the reason is because it's a percentage based on the $174,000 the bitch is making a year. After taxes, that's still over $100,000 she's bringing home. That's her bring home, y'all. And she can't make it. If you guys don't let her have a raise, she might have to take some of that dark money. Make ends meet. She's basically telling us she's going to take bribes if you don't let her have her raise.
Can you set up a Patreon as a employee of the federal government, in Congress? Could you set up a Patreon? Could you set up like a fucking Streamlabs? This is just a weird something that came into my mind. Could she literally start streaming on YouTube and get ad revenue?
I don't think there's any rules against it. Sure.
Would that be? I mean, could somebody go after her for like, I don't know, some campaign finance laws or whatever the fuck that garbage is or whatever the fuck?
Not if she told them that that's what it was going to. It was going to her campaign, and that, I mean, it would all be traceable. So
I'm just curious. Set up a Patreon, bitch. Right.
Real quick. Chauncey says they all make $174K a year. That's not true. Most of them do. The president pro tempore of the Senate, he makes more, and the Speaker of the House make more. But yeah, all of the piddling ones below that make $174K.
I love how she kind of worded that as some kind of, well, this is why we do extra stuff to earn money because you don't pay us enough. Fuck off.
Well, the worst part is she actually calls it says keep dark money loopholes open. So bribes. You're talking about bribes. You're saying if you can't get a $4,500 increase in your pay, you're going to have to take
lobbyist money,
bribes, which, by the way, is illegal as fuck.
No, it's not if you donate it to charity and that charity is under your name or under.
And then
you set it up as an LLC and then a nonprofit and then just siphon the funds off.
I have to pay myself from this.
Hillary Clinton. Sorry.
No, fuck Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. They did this with her boyfriend during the election.
Did they ever get in trouble for that?
No, because it's perfectly legal the way they did it.
There you have it.
Her campaign got money that they paid to her campaign manager's business, who then hired her boyfriend.
Is her boyfriend some lily white dude too?
Yeah. He's a ginger of all things.
Oh,
did this to and it was for consulting. They paid him $6,000 a month for 2 months, I think it was, for consulting out of money that came from her campaign. Critical Lindsay says Tim Pool actually agrees with AOC on this, and his response, why virtually makes absolutely no sense. Well, if he agrees on this, I don't see how his response could make sense.
She could probably make a killing on Patreon. I'm sorry to keep beating that drum, but Jesus Christ. There's got to be some law against it, right?
I don't know. I don't know how they would set it up, so it would all depend on that.
Red Chaos trying to chat says that Gutenberg. No, they could not, because foreigners can contribute to it. But if it's not going for, I'm too dumb to understand the law. Like, I don't fucking know. It just seems illegal, right?
Dangerous Spaces says it sounds like a mafia tweet. This is a lovely non-corrupt system. What a shame if something were to happen to it, right? But it's even worse than that. She's saying it's already a corrupt system, and she can't do anything about it if you don't give her more money.
People in the chat are telling me no, she cannot do that. So I'm just going to go with chat because I don't want to investigate.
Again, it would depend on how it was done. I mean, yeah, they solicit donations online already. I mean, they wouldn't necessarily need a Patreon. Every one of these fuckers in Congress, there's a way you can donate to them online.
I don't know, but that goes to the campaign. You can't use campaign money for personal expenses, right?
Well, right, yeah. Even on Patreon, that's what she would have to do.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with the chat. They say you can't do it. You can't do it. It's against the law.
Anyhow, Polly,
yeah,
you're far more knowledgeable on Polly's side than I am. What do you think about a congresswoman telling us that she can't close dark money loopholes because she hasn't had a raise for her 5-month job.
Did you watch the video where that clip is, or that quote rather, is taken from?
No.
Okay, well, she's walking outside of Capitol Hill, and they're
but before, this is a quote from her, by the way, on her Twitter. So anyway, where she got it from?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything to talk about here. She was not the first person to. I mean, okay, let's slap around AOC for like the 100th day in a row. Yeah, great. She's. I'm not saying we need to stop slapping her around. It's just the only reason we're talking about her is because fucking MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS never shut up the fuck about her. That's the only reason we're talking about her. It's like, this bitch is ignorant. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's Sandy the fucking bartender, and somehow she magically got elected to Congress because a whole bunch of fucking people threw money behind her. And now she's just saying things that people are telling her to say while she's walking around. She's repeating talking points. That's why in 3 different locations, when asked about this, whether it was the walk and talk, where she just stumbled over her own words, it's a C-SPAN interview where multiple people have microphones in front of her, and she's like, well, I actually have to go this way to get to my car, which is over this way. And she's like, what's to get dark money? Because it's a cost of living, and I don't really think it's really about all Americans, and everybody deserves a pay raise, not just us. So we're getting a pay raise, but we're in favor of everyone else getting a pay raise. And these are just memorized things that she said. She's not the only Democrat that voted for it. They all decided to fucking vote for it, at least enough of them, and she was one of the people that went along with it. Does she personally think that she deserved a raise? Well, of course, because she's fucking surprised. She's a fake champagne socialist. No one saw that fucking shit coming. But it's not just fucking her. It's the whole fucking every single Democrat that voted for it. But we're not going to roast all of them. We're just going to fucking roast her. Why? Because she's on the cover of Rolling Stone along with Ilhan Omar. Well, what the fuck have we fucking achieved? We've given her more fucking talk and more fucking airtime, and now we hate her all the more. And the people that are actually going to fucking put her back there, i.e. her electorate, are all the more convinced that they made the right choice by putting her there because she's pissed off all the right people, namely all the salty fuckers on YouTube.
For the record, the only place I saw this was her tweet because I follow her.
I don't follow her, and I never saw it on Twitter. But it is being discussed about everywhere. Didn't John Ward make a fucking video about it today?
And the John Ward video I saw today was the Jon Stewart one. So if he made one about her, I didn't see it.
Do you think it's because she had the balls to come out and actually put out like that mafia tweet? More than anything, like the brazenness of actually saying
that's the thing. I've seen there's Republicans who are in support. Yeah, we need a raise. But I haven't seen any of them say it, because if not, we're going to have to take dark money. That's the part that gets me.
That's right. Uh-oh. I think he stroked out here. Yeah, I did.
No, that was good. It's dark money. That's racist. Yeah, that's
it's dark money. It played spades.
I was about to start another rant, and then Sinatra broke it in half. That fucking sucks. Anyway,
spade money.
Yeah, that I believe that people that are in Congress should be paid a fuck ton of money. Absolutely, they should.
Why?
What to draw the brightest and the best, not fucking retards. When you have a greater chance of reward financially by going into business, it gets the slicksters and the idiots and the palm greasers are the first ones to go into politics. I have no problem with politicians being highly paid.
We should be paying AOC and Rashid Tlaib and Ilhan Omar a bartender salary. They've done nothing.
Well, I'm with Polly on that. I don't have a problem with them being paid well. My problem with the whole argument right now is, well, one, I don't think a cost of living increase should be built into the budget like it is. I think they should have to justify their pay raise anytime they get one. My other problem is this idea that they need to make more than $174,000 a year. Because to me, that's a lot of money. To most people, that's a lot of money.
The Whiskey Cowboy makes an argument. It's like Congress is not supposed to be a career. I mean, every argument that I'm going to make here is predicated on the idea of term limits now.
See, well, I have no problem with it being a career. I have no problem with somebody who's been in Congress. If their constituents want them in there, who am I to tell them no just because that guy's already had the job? Or that lady in this case, because she's going to sit back and make a ton of fucking money for a long time because nobody's going to win it. As Nancy Pelosi said, a glass of water can win that seat.
Well, but we put term limits on the president. What if the majority of the country wants Donald Trump for a third term? I mean, there should be term limits on Congress.
I am not in favor of the term limit on the president, and for the same reasons.
Really?
No, you're wrong.
Nah, I think you're wrong.
You can think I'm wrong all I want, but
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like to see Trump win a fourth term.
Of the people, for the people, by the people. As soon as you exclude somebody, they don't get their choice anymore. And I understand.
Well, now hold on. You overstated your point. You know that there's certain people that you don't think should be electable. First of all, they have to. You're going to disregard 35 natural born U.S. citizen. No, you're not. Should they be able to elect somebody on the other side of the planet? Are you excluding choices? You obviously already exclude some choices. How about convicted felons that are currently serving?
You're talking about excluding choices that they've already had, though. You're talking about taking people who already fit the rules.
My point is, you're willing to accept some exclusions, and you're arguing as if you accept no exclusions, which is not true. So it's like you're willing to accept some exclusions.
Yeah, I'm with Paulie on this.
I'm willing to accept the exclusions that are there. Yes. What I'm talking about is you're taking somebody. It's like, okay, Obama, whether you like him or not, he was still popular. If people wanted to vote for him again, we're not talking about, oh, he suddenly isn't from this country. Oh, he's suddenly not 35. It's, oh, suddenly he's got too much experience for the job.
No, it's not about that. It's about avoiding a political oligarchy.
You got him. Yeah, why the fuck Obama was what when he got elected?
The two streams of pressure.
I think he was a senator or a congressman.
No.
He was a senator.
39. Do you want like 30 years of fucking Obama?
No, yeah, he was a junior senator from Illinois. The point is that there's two powerful strains that run through American politics since the end of the fucking revolution: fear of tyranny in the majority and fear of despotism. Okay, you're going to get. When you have a majority to get something that they want, they are going to invariably, throughout history, vote for a political oligarchy and an aristocracy that is going to continue to give them what they want. And that's why you have a strong central leader. But if you have a strong central leader, what you have is despotism. So we have those pressures that run through our political system. And there's a whole bunch of balances that are put in place to make sure that neither one of them can win out. That's why you have a bicameral legislature. That's why you have term limits on the president.
That's why we have three chambers of Congress.
Time out.
That's right.
That's why we have it. Why is it then that it took excuse me, a amendment in the 1940s to do this, rather than the founding fathers, the men who started this and who actually lived under a king? They didn't put term limits in place.
Well, okay. So did you really want to open the conversation up to about the history of the presidency? Because we can do this if you want, but I don't think you do.
They actively advocated against factions, what we would now call political parties, and look where we are.
But they didn't outlaw them.
They also didn't outlaw term limits. They just didn't put them in place.
Right. Go ahead.
They didn't put executive orders in place either. 90% of what we think of as what the president's job is just defined by what George Washington did during his first 2 terms, or his only 2 terms. The only reason anybody else did is step down after 2 terms because Washington did. One bastard tried it to run a 3rd term. He wasn't successful. The only person who managed to do it was FDR. And then after FDR, they're like, holy shit, they're not going to follow the pattern. We need to make an amendment out of this. Why make an amendment if everybody's following the pattern anyway?
Yeah, if nobody went around shooting people randomly, it probably wouldn't be illegal to do so. You get what I mean?
No, I don't see how it applies here. You're talking about how we didn't want this to happen here, but the very smart men who built the country didn't throw that in. And you can say, you know what, everybody just did 2 terms because that's what Washington did. They didn't know that's what he was going to do when they started it.
The founding fathers didn't want blacks or women voting, and I think that's perfectly fine.
I don't get your point there.
I'm just saying the founding fathers were good, but not infallible. So just because they didn't put term limits.
Fair enough. My point being, though, at the time, I mean, we're talking about we want to avoid these things. I mean, these were the men who actually fought the revolution against these things, and they didn't go, you know, we should probably limit these guys.
They probably assumed nobody would just try to run for unlimited terms.
Well, they could have never foreseen like where we at today, where our technology and everything is at with social media and everything like that. They probably never thought of fucking the internal combustion engine, for fuck's sake.
Well, leaving aside trying to mind read back some 240 odd years, Monkey, I don't think your point is without merit. The idea is like, why shouldn't people be able to vote for whom they want, regardless of how long that person is served? I understand your point. That doesn't fail the test of like that passes the laugh test. It's a reasonable point. Okay, but with that said, when you have a political class, like a given politician that is in power so long that they are enabled through factionalism, i.e. political parties, like Sinatra mentioned, to wrest such control over the realm that they're in, that they're able to crush any competitors as they might rise because of their length of time in office, being able to develop their tentacles of power going into every fucking direction, they become the only person to possibly vote for. If you need an example of what that looks like, check out Arizona under John McCain. I will crush everybody who disagrees with me because I've been in this position for so long. I become the only electable person. For God's sake, look how long Teddy Kennedy held his seat in the Senate, to the point where they called it Teddy's seat, because he was able to reach out and crush people. It wasn't even about the vote. The only people that were able to come up against him were laughable jokes, because he was able to snuff off any viable competitors that might come up against him. That's what happens when you have that. That's what a political oligarchy is describing. So I hear you, and that's not a concern to dismiss. Like, shouldn't people be able to vote for what they want? Yes, but the greater danger of a developed political oligarchy, I believe, outweighs it.
You're taking Kennedy. I mean, God, there's tons of examples. Fuck, Pelosi's been in office forever now. What is it with them specifically that you see that they've done that is has to be stopped? What do you see? Hang on. Using Teddy Kennedy's seat as an example, right? Let's say he had to leave office after what, 2 terms for a senator, 12 years? Fair enough. Good. For those of you in favor of term limits, 2 years for Senate, or 2 terms?
I think 1 term and then you're fucking dragged out back and shot.
I almost think it should be a conscription at this point.
Okay, 1 term. The guy that came after Kennedy, do you think he was going to be different than him? Do you think that he was going to have major political differences with Ted Kennedy? Do you think the guy that came after that would?
Depends on the district.
Exactly. That's my point. AOC, this is what Nancy Pelosi said, not only about AOC, but about her own district. A cup of water could win here. So what you're talking about is stopping the name. Stopping the name that's in that place, but not necessarily the ideology that's coming out of it.
Well, after a while, they get brand recognition, and people just see the same old name, and that's what they just vote.
Okay. Do you think people in Massachusetts were going to vote Republican?
I'm not saying it would, but maybe a better. Well, the founding fathers didn't even have the concept of actual parties back then either.
Sure. Ish.
Well, I mean, not like they are today, where it's basically a 2-party system. I mean, you could run as a libertarian, but all you're doing is stealing votes. I mean, no one fucking gives a fuck about the Libertarian or the Green Party. No one gives a fuck about them. It's Republican or Democrat.
Yeah, you just stole the words right out of my mouth. Nobody gives a flying fuck about a third party.
Why do you think Bernie Sanders didn't run as an independent?
Why? You know what? This might be a little. This might be a little off top. Oh my god! Why is this so fucking funny? Wait, I gotta just continue for a second.
All right, Paulie, help me out here because I'm dumb.
With what?
I don't know. I was going somewhere with the 2-party system that our founding fathers didn't envision strangling our country with no options.
I got to show you guys.
Actually, they were in favor of a 2-party system generally when you read through the Federalist Papers, because factionalism would lead to dissolution of the republic. But
right, but they didn't.
This snapped me out of whatever the fuck I was going to say.
Oh my god, that's actually very well photoshopped.
Whatever the fuck I was going to say was just derailed by this stupid fucking picture.
That is creative, and I would have.
That's a dick bird right there.
Dick bird.
No, hold on.
What?
That's not an actual ostrich. Somebody put a sausage in there, right?
Yes. Why do you think?
No,
Okay, thank Christ. Okay, no, I thought, wait a minute, that's not a real
Sinatra.
Bird,
Damn it, we could have had fun with him for a while.
you could have. You could. It's early in the morning. I haven't slept.
That's a fucking yoked ostrich.
Damn it, Sinatra.
Oh, that is fucking hilarious. That's almost as good as Flanos.
No,
I've
the
had
one that
two-
I lost it on the other day was the one. The guy. It's there's two things I love: marijuana and saving cats. And he's sitting there petting a possum.
Here, hold on. I have two memes that I've had floating here, loaded to show you, and I didn't know when I was going to show you. So here and now.
One of my favorites I've ever seen was Helen Keller petting a dog. It said, "This is Helen Keller's beloved cat Mittens," and it was like a big furry fucking pit bull.
You know what? I am 44 years old and I still laugh at Helen Keller jokes. Oh my God, Miles, thank you so much. Hey, Monkey, had a crazy thought. Why can't libertarians make any headway? Since Americans are growing tired of the two-party system, what's the problem? Shouldn't Republicans embrace them just to have a buffer? It's the same problem with the Greens. It's the same problem that the Independent Party had with under Perot. Everybody likes to talk about how they don't like the two parties, but nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose.
Not only that, they fight to keep other parties out.
Don't worry, it won't last forever. The fucking Federalist Party was the strongest thing ever, and then the Democratic Republicans were unstoppable until they split into the Democrats and the Republicans. But their major competitor was the Whigs, and the Republicans were considered worthless. Like it,
Polly, I love you. There are very few people I've ever talked to who actually say wigs and know what it means. I could fucking hug you.
I'll take a stab at this.
It won't last forever, though. That's what I mean.
Even if the Republicans embrace the libertarian as a good alternative, well, A, it's taking away from the Republicans, and the sitting warmongers would never do that. And B, the libertarians are still called racist, sexist, bigot, homophobes. So they're stuck in the same square the Republicans are, just with less notoriety.
I stole this meme from far. See, it's the Pride edition of Skittles.
Why are they all white?
Don't you get it? They already are rainbow. So the Pride edition would have to be black and white. Don't you get it?
Is that real?
I don't know. I hope it's real. It looks real.
How do you know what flavor they are then? That's bullshit.
I stole it from far. I have no idea. Okay.
If that's not real, that is an excellent Photoshop job.
Yes. Now here's a World War II poster. God, I hope that's real.
Oh dear God, that is awesome.
Please tell me that's legitimately a vintage poster. It looks like it.
Yeah, this looks like something they would use in those old timey PSAs.
But look at the death spray this guy is coughing for.
That's not a cough. That's vomiting, man.
That looks like the scene from The Exorcist.
I don't know. That seems like too high of a resolution of a photo to be old.
Okay, I'm looking at this poster and I look over and I see Far say they all taste like semen. Oh wow. Oh wow.
The font is wrong. It says Whiskey Cowboy. That's a pretty good observation. It doesn't really seem like timely font, but
yeah, at the bottom, maybe at the top, no.
Yeah. See, I'm like, I can't it gets funnier when you zoom in.
Dear God, yeah.
Like I can't read the stuff and things down here. It's too small, but somebody could have.
Someone actually did this on your food. Dude, I would just pick up the tray and whack him with it.
This guy's got the best look ever. He's just
he's that's like nasty.
That way.
You nasty.
Why does the guy on the left seem to enjoy it though?
No,
he
doesn't
look too perturbed.
He's moving away in horror. What do you mean?
He didn't quite get horror. That's more annoyed-ish.
It looks like he's trying to lean in and get some on his fucking face.
Look, man, somebody coughs like that at you, that's not the face you make.
It looks like meteors coming out of his mouth.
Did you guys see this? Here, Monkey, I'll send this to you.
Oh, let's see.
This really activated my almonds yesterday.
Uh-oh.
I've been thinking about it all fucking day.
Peter says, this isn't Discord. Quit with the memes. Look, by the way, we have a hashtag where you can send memes, mostly naughty pictures and stories that we'll sometimes get to. It's hashtag MITAM. Ho, ho, ho. We got some women's over there. I forgot about that. Even though we weren't on very long yesterday, Jordan was a good man, and
he came through.
Whew. Nice.
Yeah, he did.
I'm checking out the hashtag Izzle.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Muslim figure, we must have pork-free menus or we will leave U.S. What is your response? Bye.
Bye, Felicia. What?
Go eat your non-pork. We like the pig over here, man. Pork chops. Spare man, come on.
Bacon.
Oh yeah, bacon. Forgot about the bacon.
I'm personally not very big on pork because it's terrible for your blood pressure. But
with you, that's a thing, yeah.
I do like bacon. I don't do ribs or pork chops or anything like that. But bacon on a burger is just amazing. And if that is too much, goodbye.
Pork chops are really hard to make correctly. I've come to learn that.
Yeah.
I have never had a truly delicious pork chop that left me thinking like, my God, pork, man. Like I've had them, but I've just never had a good one. I'm not saying there aren't good ones. I've just never had one.
It's real easy from my experience to fuck up pork chops.
It is. You can make them too dry.
The Simpsons with the Cheeto dust as the breading.
Oh yeah, breaded pork chops do the best if they're made correctly.
No, pork chops are really easy to overcook. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Monkey has made some that are just like, oh my God, I need more. Let's see.
How do we go from the wigs to pork chops to memes?
Welcome to Monkey in the Morning.
I don't know. Last I remember, Polly was screaming and yelling "fuck" every other word. We went to pork chops, memes. It all happened in a blink of an eye. I'm gonna get going because I got to tend to my garden, and do all that shit. So you guys have a great morning, and I'm out of here.
Later.
All right, laters.
See you, bud. Oh, what the fuck is this?
Who the hell was that guy?
That's Gutenberg. James O'Keefe just tweeted. Well, when was this tweeted out?
Yeah, I just saw that.
Breaking news. Twitter's decided that investigative journalism is in violation of their terms of service. At Project Veritas has been temporarily suspended from tweeting internal communications from Pinterest, which shows them calling Ben Shapiro a white supremacist. Are you fucking kidding me?
Internal communications from where?
From Pinterest. We'll get to that in just a second. Corey, thank you so much. Can we bomb them all with the extra spam we don't eat? No, that would be racist. And don't ask how. Just go with it.
That race of Islam.
Yesterday, Pinterest was getting a lot of shit because they banned some pro-life group. I forget who. And labeled their content porn. I don't know enough about the pro-life group to know if they, actually violated terms of service or anything, but labeling it porn, I'm guessing, was probably wrong. Unless you have some really sick fetish. But this is the tweet that they had tweeted out that they had to get rid of. Ben Shapiro content gets flagged. Pinterest employees debate the content of Slack. Pinterest employees call Shapiro a white supremacist. Pinterest censors content about Shapiro and adds to the sensitive terms list. Hashtag life censored. And what's that?
The sensitive terms list.
Sensitive terms. And then there's a link that they provided. That's not. Yeah. And this is what they were. Yeah. Posting private information is what they did. You may not publish or post other people's private information without their expressed authorization and permission.
Oh, shut up.
So does that mean if somebody posts my DMs with them?
I was just about to say, so leaking DMs is grounds for you gone. Well, that should be a lot of people.
Yeah. Holy shit.
But I mean, not everybody's Ben Shapiro, right? Like
They are so bent on making him a white supremacist.
It's just God, the mixed rules and the bullshit and the bullshit and the bullshit. Like it's like, oh, we're gonna get rid of this guy for what reason? Well, we all know what the actual reason is, but yeah, go ahead, give us your made up one. You know, it's.
I get it. Okay, if you want to call Ben other things, I mean, I guess you can go for it, but. Yeah, they tried making him alt-right. That didn't work. Now it's white supremacist.
Some dude was arguing with me. I forget. He was arguing with me over jokes, and he said Ben Shapiro was, quote, the leader of the alt-right and is responsible for the radicalization of millions of children or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just stared at the tweet like, what?
It's Ben fucking Shapiro. How much more milk toast can you get? Even when he's ranting, I mean, he's still polite and nice. And I don't know if I've ever heard him say anything I would actually consider controversial.
You guys don't understand. He's the gateway drug.
Dangerous Spaces says, ranting monkey as sensitive as a clit. Wait, who banned you for saying that? That was Twitter. I got 7 days for that one.
God, how many 7-day suspensions has your ass gotten?
Me?
Yeah.
I've had 2 7 days, 1 3 day, 1 day, and 1 12 hour.
Dude, they're gonna fucking just yeet your Twitter account eventually.
I know. I'm trying to be good. The last one again, I said bimbo. For those of you who don't know, I said bimbo, and I got a 7-day suspension for that. Meanwhile, I've told people they're fucking stupid. I've tried to keep it at their argument because I think that's a good line there that Twitter seems to at least adhere to. But occasionally, like with the Krasensteins, I can't tell you how many times my reply to them was just, "You're fucking stupid." But no, that was fine. But calling somebody a bimbo, oof, no, can't do that. Can't do that.
Who's that
Well,
again?
the Krasensteins were faking their own engagement, so fuck them.
Or who is that? That was Sophie Turner.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I didn't even know her fucking name before all of that.
Zoltor was rather angry at you for that.
I didn't even care. But
well, he's got a thing for her.
Oh, not her or him. No, I meant about her. I didn't care about her, but that came up and like, who's the bitch that got me banned? Oh, fuck this bitch. Sorry, Sophie, you're not a bitch. You're a wonderful lady. I hope nothing but great things happen for you. And remember not to stick anything weird in your vagina. Don't vacuum out your period.
Dude, that is just the craziest shit I've ever read.
Did you cover that on Ghost Poo?
No.
Oh, God.
I was trying to keep it a secret till Friday.
Oh, sorry. Well, I've already covered it. Yeah, apparently it's an old thing, which is funny because they're trying to point this to abortion. That I saw people linking it to abortion. This is what will happen if you take away abortion. Like they weren't trying to do. They were just trying to get over their period fast. So what they do is they stick a vacuum hose up them with some other little attachments to try to suck out their period blood, and it caused them to go into shock and almost die for being stupid. And as the nurse,
that's Darwinism.
Well, it is. As the nurse in the thing, look, ladies, I know a lot of you have very uncomfortable periods. I know people like actually doubled over in pain from some of the cramps and stuff they get. I get that. But your body's actually made for it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I get those kind of periods.
Walk it off. You'll be all right.
Rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it. Spit on it. You'll be fine.
All right. With that, I'm going to go take the boys out to breakfast. I will see you guys later.
Hey, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. And sorry to hear about what they did with your pay, man. That's fucked up.
Don't worry. I'll be the next Nassim soon.
Take it easy, man.
Later, guys.
Laters.
See you, chat.
And then there were 2.
You want to see the thumbnail for tomorrow? Assuming I
yeah, that's it. And guys, this is the thumbnail for comic book curation. Wait, it's for tonight, dude.
Tonight, yes. People have had streaming difficulties as you did last night, and Young Ripper 59 did tonight. It took him like 2 hours. Scribe had trouble, so we'll see if get the stream up. Yeah.
Well, once again, my trouble was my internet. It wasn't YouTube. I
Are you
did
actually
have
sure of that?
a positive because my
Yeah. Okay.
yeah my modem had the blinking red light. I'm like, oh, beautiful. So yeah, that was on my end. But I did have trouble getting it up to get. No, okay, I'm going to stop that. I did have difficulty getting the stream to start today. There we go. It was really slow. I was afraid it wouldn't even go, but finally it went. No, yeah. So let's see your thumbnail.
Okay, there it is. So I'm not quite finished. Requires a little bit of tweaking, but that is the majority of it.
I like that. That's nice.
Do you know who that is? There's a reason I picked that. That's Carol Danvers.
Oh, that's Captain Marvel? Sweet.
That is none other than Captain Marvel. But
she looks different.
You think? A little bit, maybe? A little bit. That's
she's got titties, and I bet she has an ass too.
That is Captain Marvel. Well, this is Carol Danvers, rather, as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. when David Finch draws her. And social justice had not quite taken over Marvel Comics yet. This was from 2009.
I did notice that the Twitter ad campaign for their for the movie coming to DVD and streaming, they got rid of the feminist bullshit. Instead of, whatever it was where they'd done the hero and then took out the O. All it was meet the newest Avenger. She CGI cutscenes and shit.
Right.
But there was none of the feminist bullshit in it. I was like, because honestly, that's the only thing that I saw about the original. Why is it still presenting you? Okay, it's done. It took a second.
I didn't even press stop screen sharing. Can you force me to stop screen sharing?
No. All I did was stop presenting.
Well, that's weird. Okay.
Anyhow. Yeah, and I waited for you. I didn't undo it until you stopped screen sharing.
Oh.
That's weird. Hi, Jack.
Weird. Hi. Hey, Jack.
Hey, how you doing, Polly?
I'm doing well. You just missed well done, Carol Danvers.
There's no such thing.
Oh, yeah?
Eve says we're just seeing you now. It's YouTube. We're lucky it's even it looks like it's locked on me. Of course. Because YouTube's gonna fuck it up now, isn't it? All right, present to everyone. Stop presenting. Somebody talk.
I like pizza.
Fuck, it's locked on me. I can see it. Guys, that's not my fault.
That's actually probably mine for joining.
Can you guys see Jack right now? I have it locked on him for a second. Let's see if
hi, everybody.
Works.
Like I see him on mine.
Yeah, so do I. But I don't have the actual stream itself.
No,
I never watched.
I'm looking at the stream. Oh, there I am. Hi.
Okay. So let's stop presenting you. Okay, now somebody talk.
Hello.
Fuck. Nope, it's not doing it. Oh well. You guys get to see me for the rest of the stream.
See, this is not good. Like this is what ended up happening last week when everything went awry, and then I couldn't. Like, can you share your screen? Can you try and see when you're locked on yourself like that? Like, you got something you can just throw up to see if it'll work? Yeah. I'm curious.
Well, and at least for me, it was. I mean, it let me lock it on Jack, so I could.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Because fuck, if we can't share screens, like we can't patch comics, we can't, it
fucks up a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
something to share, huh?
Just put up your fucking wallpaper, man. It's fine.
I'm not gonna put up my wallpaper.
His wallpaper's like pictures of the kids or something.
Actually, my wallpaper is the.
I thought it was the Enterprise
D.
Oh well, I like this wallpaper better because that's something that needs the D.
Can y'all? Well played. Can y'all see the cowgirl? This was one of the pictures people shared.
Yeah,
and that's
it's showing up.
Really like. All right, there's my demonetization. If we hadn't got it already.
No, there was a commercial playing when I jumped in.
You gotta be shitting me.
No, it was a dumb commercial, but
I see the but there was no but there. Eve says, I'm at work. That was safe for work. It was just butt crack. It was nothing you don't see from a plumber. Come on. No, I was just telling Polly, Jack, that I was surprised to see Marvel had gotten rid of their feminist bullshit when they're trying to push the DVD and stream sales for Captain Marvel. I don't know if you guys got to see any of those Twitter ads, but
no.
yeah, instead of her, it was just meet the newest Avenger. I'm like,
wild.
Huh.
They maybe actually learned from some of the backlash they were getting.
I'm wondering if that is what it is, because when I saw all of the trailers and everything, I thought it looked like a Marvel movie with a little bit of feminism in it, which I don't really need in my movies.
Yeah.
And if they'd gotten rid of that shit, I didn't even mind the her hero thing. To me, I mean, okay, that's a little cute, but it didn't really piss me off. I mean, there were other things in it which, sorry guys, you have to go back and watch me whine earlier because my memory sucks. But I didn't, her hero thing didn't bother me. It was the other shit in there. And again, this is a character I don't care about. So I don't know if I'd watch it anyway, but that definitely made me go, nah, I'm not watching this shit. If they had done it like this, just meet the newest Avenger, I might be more inclined.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the problem is the people that perpetuate this stuff just don't know when to quit. They just dump more and more of it in, thinking, well, we just didn't put enough of it.
I'm gonna have to dig through there and make Cowgirl my thumbnail. So it doesn't turn out to be Polly again.
Polly was your thumbnail? That's awesome.
It happens from time to time. Jack is actually taken over as the one who shows up the most.
Oh, you mean in the stream's thumbnail? I see.
Yeah. Doesn't change the fact that the movie is boring and poorly done. Again, I didn't see it. It's the same. I know people are gonna get mad at me because they say it's a good movie, but I haven't seen Doctor Strange either. I just don't care about Doctor Strange. I never did.
If you're gonna watch one of them you haven't watched, watch Doctor Strange, because at least that one is like just sort of an average action flick.
Yeah, it's fine.
Whereas Captain Marvel was a little bit. There were too many cringe moments. It's an okay movie. It's just not good. It's just kind of like a C-.
I get you. For me, I never liked Doctor Strange in the comics because, and I don't know why this is, because I mean, we're talking about superheroes and stuff with weird powers. I never liked the idea of magic in the Marvel universe. And so I just stayed away from it. I didn't want somebody who was, casting spells and stuff. I'm like, no, give me somebody who's been bit by a spider. Give me a mutant for fuck's sake. And I know that's a really thin line, but it was just something about I didn't like the idea of magic in the universe.
No, there's a lot of people that don't like those kind of characters.
It's also why I never read Thor. I didn't like the idea of a god in the universe. It seemed weird to me. That was the thing for me with Marvels. I mean, almost everybody, they started as a regular person and something happened and it gave them some power they had to deal with along with their old life. And then it's like, no, we have a god here. Shouldn't you be in DC?
Well, I always kind of like the way that Marvel, they're just kind of like, yeah, we're going to appropriate everything. The Greek gods, the Egyptian gods, they're the Norse gods. They're ours. They're all here. It's fine.
And you know what? I've grown at least to like Thor more, probably because of the movie. Definitely because of the movies. But I still I don't like the aesthetic of most of the comics either. Especially when he's on what's his planet called?
Asgard.
Yeah, I do not like that aesthetic.
His layer of what's the 9 layers of whatever called? Jack?
I don't remember. I was never a big Thor fan either.
So I just had weird
Midgard
like that.
Midgard is Earth.
Midgard is Earth. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you don't really like it either. Nobody likes Thor. That's the lesson today.
I think you're thinking of the 9 realms.
Yeah, like the 9 realms, 9 layers, and one of the frost giants are there, and then Asgard's there, and at the very top is Valhalla, and
Yeah, I never liked it.
And Bifrost connects them all.
This is a good time to remind y'all we are brought to you by you. If you can donate on Streamlabs, please think about doing so and support Jack here. And Polly's getting a Streamlabs set up. You can't support him that way, but you know what you can do? You can go watch him tonight. Where, Polly?
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
On Polydub's channel on YouTube.
I know, hold on.
He's not used to me. We haven't done the pitch thing in a while, so I'm just
on. You can find me on my channel right there. And
you know what you could have done?
What?
Could have told him this link below.
The link's actually below?
Yeah, it's on all of the streams, man.
Well, I thought you were just saying that.
No, your link is always below.
Oh,
yeah.
And I added his Twitter too, guys. So make sure you follow him over there. I added yours as well, Jack. I did Jack Cochran, not bad comic reviews.
Yeah,
you know, I feel like
Jack Cochran one way more.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in Young Ripper 5's stream that he had earlier. He said, so he's sitting there streaming, right? And he's talking, and he will. I want to have a chat like he has a chat where somebody will come in and it's possible to get mad at one of them and just like scream and cuss him out, and not everyone's going to turn against you for doing so because he can get away with it. I want to be able to do that. He's sitting there talking about Spider-Man and how there's too many Marvel comic titles out currently, like every month. They come out every month. And Jack,
I'd agree.
I talk about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's insane.
Hold that thought.
He starts listing off the Spider-Man titles that are running currently. He goes, like, even if you're a fan of Spider-Man and you're what?
Well, while you're there, Satsu says no one likes the Fantastic Four. That's not true. I like the Fantastic Four. Go ahead, Polly. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like the Fantastic Four. It's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is and superior Spider-Man, but then again, that's not really Peter Parker. It's Dr. Octopus, and then he keeps talking, and somebody in chat says, "Actually, that's Dr. Octopus." And he's like, yeah, man, I know. Like a minute later, he goes, I just said that. And then the guy has the balls to write back, no, you didn't. And so it turns into this fucking argument, like, who has more comics and like the whole 9 yards. Like, I'm looking through chat here, and it's like, if these weren't people I know, Chaos Eve and Zelthor, I wouldn't tell them off, but I know these people, so I'm gonna tell them off. It's like Chaos Eve types. That's in Norse mythology, though. That's exactly what I said. Marvel goes around appropriating everyone's mythology and just saying, yeah, it's in the Marvel universe. And then Thor says it's Asgard, not Valhalla. No, Valhalla is one of the 9 levels, and they live in Valhalla that's at the top. What? Listen to the whole thing that's being said before you criticize.
Hey, nerds, no one cares.
Yeah, nerds. Sean says, Polly, are you referring to a haul from last night?
Yeah, that was his name. That's right, A Hall. That's and it was sort of like, more like A Hole. It was funny because Young Rip is a funny guy, so he's like, man, it's fine. Even players make mistakes. Just take this L and hold it right there and enjoy the rest of the stream. It's fine.
Well, I've gotten into arguments with the chat before. Most of them take it very well, but yeah, there's a few who've left. Look, sometimes we're going to argue, sometimes we're not going to agree, and there have been times when the audience has told us we haven't said something we know we did. Like all 3 of us are like, that was said. And I know it wasn't. Like, motherfucker, go back and look. I don't know what else to tell you.
I think it's because there's so many wikis out there for comics and things that people talk about that a lot of people try and hot Google correct them real quick. Like they'll just Google shit and then come back and say, actually, that was an issue 156, not 155. And it's like, yes. Yeah, but he's talking off the top of his head, and you guys are having to consult a database. What does that tell you? You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just like, oh my God, you need to stop and go outside. The sunlight misses you.
Well, for us, I mean, we don't have you guys have such a specific niche, whatever you guys, however you guys say it, because I know people get pissed off the way
you know what?
It.
How do you say where you're from? What do you think
niche.
Is niche? Yeah. I've heard both, but niche, I'd say about 3/4 of the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's niche. Like, no, it's not. That's not how it spells.
Here's how I always deal with these situations. Niche is how it's spoken in its native tongue. It's like a French word or whatever.
Right.
Niche is how it's translated to in American English. So you can use it either way.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
In a
That
swamp.
works. Well, I don't know. Like it's the one that I heard somebody just go, what did they get called? I forget. Like, they called him like a redneck or a scumbag because they said foyer is foyer. And I'm like,
I've always said it foyer because I'm a dumb American, but yeah, I know
but it's just like, man, I've heard both. How the fuck are you people like?
Foyer is how it's pronounced in French, but
yeah,
foyer is how we pronounce it in American English. So it's technically correct either way because that's how the culture uses it in its tongue.
People get mad about it.
Well, people get mad about the dumbest shit because they have too much free time because we're spoiled, privileged first worlders. So
here, let me blow your mind. All you idiots out there who say forte, it's not the word you're supposed to be using. It's fort. Look it up.
You should. You know what it's like over on gun channels? People, because it's just full of technical information and shit like that, like names, numbers, models, and shit like that, right? Oh my god, it's endless. Is it carbine or carbine? People kind of fucking fist blows over it. Is it an M1 Garand or an M1 Garand?
Is it Brisbane or Brisbane?
It's Brisbane.
Well, it is Brisbane. That's just the way it is. Yeah.
Nope. Depends where you're from.
No. Do not give in to the Aussies, man.
Hey, man, they're scary people. They are hardcore. Have you seen the creepy animals that live around them?
That's why we keep them surrounded by an ocean.
Well, I make no. Yeah, they're scary people. There's no question. I'm personally.
Yeah, you don't fuck with Australia.
Yeah.
Never been invaded for good reason because they got all those giant scary jellyfish. They got drop bears. They got gigantic spiders. 10 of the most poisonous animals in the world live in Australia. Nobody
threatened to fly across the fucking globe just to get you. Weird people, man.
Dangerous Spaces says Brisbane. Damn it. Well, then spell it that way. It's spelled Brisbane.
I'm from Ohio, where we don't know how to pronounce anything, and we have Toledo, which in Spain would be Toledo. We have Lima.
Toledo.
Yeah, we have Lima, which is also pronounced Lima if you go down to South America. So we have Cleveland, which is pronounced shithole in many other languages.
Sinatra says the Aussies ain't shit that got beat by armless birds. All birds are armless, Sinatra. That's kind of a defining feature.
Not the vulture.
First of all, you have no evidence of that, Polly. Second of all, they had the reptilians supporting them. So
I could just fuck with him because he's not on stream now.
and those lazy aboriginals were laying around in the street everywhere.
Yeah.
So they couldn't drive.
Don't bring them up. I always get in trouble.
How are you supposed to wield machine guns to fight the fucking emus when there's aboriginals sleeping in the streets?
Yeah.
Check Your Logic said, how'd I get signed out of my account? Google's doing some weird shit the last couple of days, which, by the way, guys, means we're going to get fucked again because every time this kind of stuff happens, I'm telling you, every fucking time something changes and we get screwed. So we'll see. Oh,
Dangerous Spaces says they also have crocodiles and they lost their only crocodile hunter.
That's true, man. He was a national treasure.
Yeah, so they're just roaming aimlessly with nothing to stop them.
This is the Ranting Monkey can pronounce Brisbane Fund if you'd like to donate. Man, I don't even know where we were. What were we talking about? Oh, Spider-Man and all the different labels. Why do they have so many? When I was a kid, we had Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Web of Spider-Man. That was
and Sensational Spider-Man and Marvel Team Up.
Yeah, but first of all, Team Up ended in like 86.
Team Up was actually cool sometimes.
Did it?
Yeah.
I was buying it as back issues. I thought it went to like mid 90s. Really?
No, it didn't go that long. I might be wrong about the specific date, but it ended at issue 150. It did not go into the 90s. But yet they did that because Spider-Man was their flagship guy. You had Conan, and then you had the magazine format Savage Sword of Conan, which was very adult comparatively. So there weren't that many people that had multiple titles until like the mid 90s when they were cash grabbing all over the place.
Well, you went like right up to before the Clone Saga, didn't you, Monkey?
Yeah.
So then there was Todd McFarlane's plain old Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that had come out too. which by the way sucked. The art in it was amazing because it's McFarlane, but the story sucked.
Yeah, because it was McFarlane. That's right. That's what happens.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
A writer.
Yeah. Around that time, they did cancel Web of Spider-Man and Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, so I hated that. I hated Web of Spider-Man. I know me and Polly disagree on that. I hated Web of Spider-Man.
No, screw you. Web was awesome.
It was like the retarded little brother of the Amazing Spider-Man.
What did that make spectacular? Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man.
Fredo. What?
Wait
thank
a minute.
You for getting that.
If that was Fredo, that means Webb was Sonny, and Sonny was awesome.
No. Webb is the retarded one who didn't even make it on screen. They didn't even let him come on.
There was no fourth retarded Corleone son.
He wasn't on screen. He was there. You just never saw him.
He was just off screen, was he?
He was just off screen drooling on himself. No, Amazing was Sonny, of course, because Sonny was the best. Okay, let's
hold on.
Let's switch topics. In The Godfather, Sonny or Michael, who's better?
The Michael. Sonny had such a temper that it made him stupid, and he rose his own temper up.
Fair enough. But Michael was sometimes too, for lack of a better word, cerebral.
Oh yeah, that was like it's written so well because they make the one son Michael like he figures I got to be like my father, be cold and distant and calculating, and Sonny's like I got to be like my father, know when to kill and hit with such force that nobody knows when to stop. When neither of them realizes that their father was able to blend the two.
No, I get you. It's the two sons, and then Fredo's like, my father likes cookies. I'm gonna like cookies,
right? And he's the pathetic one who wants to be like his father and just I'm smart. I got good ideas. Wow, that was such a sad scene. Jesus.
For me, it actually took me because I watched The Godfather for the first time in my teens, so it had been out for quite a while by then. And it probably took me a decade before I realized how fucked up Sonny's death was.
Oh yeah, the toll booth, Jesus.
Well, not just the toll booth, how they got him there. It's like, okay, we need to get him to this place. How can we do it? I know, I'll beat the fuck out of his sister.
Yeah.
But did she learn?
I don't know if she did. She turned crazy after that shit. It took me for like, wait a minute, wait. They set that up by beating his sister, whipping the shit out of her with a belt, which by the way is a hard scene to watch.
Like, but and I mean, it's just like the calculation of it.
Oh.
It's like I'm gonna go to the son-in-law who wants to be bigger in the family, but Don Corleone said no.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And he wants more, but he's not going to let him have more. So I'll go offer him more. You just got to do this little favor for me, which we know is going to piss Sonny off. That's going to get him to run out. And Jesus Christ. Like
Zelthor says, which Godfather movie was it when Fredo tosses the ring into Mount Doom? That was in The Goblet of Fire.
He
Nice.
was
Fredo,
coated in Parmesan at the time.
That was
Fredo.
that it's that's such a great moment when Tom Hagen tells off Sonny or tells off Michael. I mean Michael, you won. I mean, do you have to kill everybody?
And Michael's like, yep.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have to kill everybody, just my enemies. And it's like, yeah, but you've already killed our brother. You know, it's why. Like, it's just why it was completely unnecessary. That's why that scene was so great in Godfather 3, and why I say Godfather 3's misunderstood. It's an extended epilogue. It's just don't think of it as an entire film. It's meant to be they want to title it The Death of Michael Corleone. It's supposed to be long and depressing. It's Michael has lived a horrible life and done awful things. That confession scene when he confesses to killing his brother to that priest he just met, oh God, it's heart-wrenching.
But see, I like the end of 2. I like where that's a good place to just leave it. So fucked up. Like, okay, you can be my brother again. Why don't you go fishing? Oof. But I get what you're saying, but to me, that's part of the problem with 3. I don't need my hand held that much. I didn't need Michael to confess it. I watched it happen, and I know what you. I understand your point.
But the end of 3, like the very, very end of 3, is Michael. Sorry, spoilers, but it's an old movie. Is Michael dying beside his orange trees that are growing in his backyard, right? The way his father died. And the way his father, well, not his father died before him. He died in a vendetta in Sicily. But the idea is like the generational, it just keeps going and going. That was Kay's point when she yells at him. That's why I had the abortion, Michael, to end this Sicilian thing. Like it was just, you will do it forever and ever because you think it's noble. And it's like he lived as his father lived. He died as his father died in exactly the same way with, lonely and sad with nobody around him.
Except the only reason Vito died that way is because it just happened there. His whole family was still around. They didn't hate him the way Michael had turned so many people against him. Sarah says Godfather 3 doesn't exist. I refuse to admit it's part of the series. There's a lot of people who believe that. And Lindsay says, my husband thinks that The Godfather 2 is nowhere near as epic as the first movie. Blasphemy.
Yeah. I do not argue with people when they say they like 1 more than 2 because they're both so fucking good. So
really good movies,
I'm not gonna tell anyone they're wrong if they like 1 more than 2 or 2 more than 1, because hey, great arguments to be made for both. But it's just nowhere near. No, that's just not true. It's
they're at least comparable. Gentlemen, can you talk for a few moments while I run to the restroom?
Of course. Polly,
Jack,
what do you want to talk about?
Since you said that, I'm going to put you in charge.
Oh, excellent. I'm in charge. Polly's not.
Ryan Walters says, what's The Godfather? It's a film about an ethnic group that's totally okay to stereotype.
As Polly gets himself a
what?
A letter from the mob saying, hey.
Well, okay, maybe from the mob. Yeah, they might not like it, but YouTube, it's fine. You can go ahead and stereotype Catholics, Italians, the Irish. Go ahead. Have a good time.
Especially if they're Christians, you're totally cool.
Of course, rednecks.
Yeah.
Have at her. Germans, of course. They make the perfect endless NPC target to blow up in video games.
Yeah, which I'm kind of surprised that nobody's pushed back on that, because how long can they keep singling out one ethnic group and crapping all over them before it becomes not okay?
I understand the point you're making, but like they're Nazis, and the word Nazi has taken on a whole new luster and shine in recent times, where it's like, yeah, let's make more video games shooting Nazis, but let's make them look like Trump.
So lazy.
Sinatra says, check your DMs. The Italians gave messages. Oh, shit.
Oh, I was supposed to ask you if you know that Marvel published Thomas the Tank Engine comics.
No.
I didn't either. That's a new one on me. But
I've got
RJ's mentioning it. I'm gonna find some. I'm gonna review them to be hilarious. Thank you, RJ.
Some fucking surprises for you guys tonight on Comic Book Curation, assuming that the stream works and Chrome doesn't crap out. I've got some real fun shit.
Cool.
Like there's stories. There's always stories, but I've got some. Remember that time that we pulled out the issue of Evangeline and what's the other one's name?
Generic character 197.
Yeah, the Rob Liefeld creations and such out of the Spawn world. Anyway, chat, we're talking about a comic that we did once on Comic Book Curation, where I just kind of like leafed through it. Chat loved it. We loved it. We had a good time making fun of it. It's where Jesus is up on the cross and jumps off the cross to fight it out with the Greek gods, and they enter, and Kung Fu Jesus beats the crap out of them all. It was bizarre as hell, and that's what happened.
Awesome, actually.
Well, yeah. It's at least on that level of
Nice.
epic radiating levels of awesome.
Well, and where could people see this?
Why, they can see it over on I think I still got yes, I do still have it under Control V. They can find it over on my channel right here. There it is. The link to my channel at sometime after 10 p.m. Eastern.
Check our Twitters. We'll send a tweet out before we go live. That's how we always do it.
Yeah. The
okay, I'm back.
I went through the trouble to list all of the things that Marvel is currently publishing and forecasted to publish, and I've got it on a spreadsheet. And I'm gonna break it out tomorrow night. And I'm gonna scare. It's worse than you guys think.
Tonight, it's Wednesday, right?
Tonight. Like you can just go down the list and go, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Like, it's just the comics that nobody's buying.
Yeah.
Like there's the whole Archie run. Like, Monkey, I don't know if you know this, but they're doing like Archie horror, Archie realistic stuff, Archie classic romances. They're really having a lot of fun with the Archie characters.
I heard about the horror, but not the others.
Okay, those sell better than half the crap that's going on in the Marvel catalog right now. Well, not half, but like stuff that they absolutely need to cut from their catalog, but they can't because they have to keep their shipping numbers high. I mean, we're going to find out that the entire fucking basis of the comic book industry is held aloft by construction paper and baling wire. If
we're lucky, it's held together with that.
I was happy to see that Vertigo might be failing. Did they actually cancel it? Did they? Okay, I know
it's done.
Good job, Zoe Quinn. There's nothing you touch that doesn't die. I went through because I'm sure I heard that on you guys' stream, but before I'd even seen that, I went over and she was bragging on Twitter about how great her being a comic book writer, and I went over and I looked at the numbers on that. I was like, holy shit, because the first one sold like 17,000 or shipped whatever it was, and then the others just plummeted.
Yeah. I think she got kind of unfairly treated in a lot of this because she was in no way prepared to write a comic book, and she had no experience with it. They gave her no real training. Of course it's going to fail. Any of us first attempt at doing something is probably going to be at best mediocre.
Yeah, but they're not just going to come up to, hey, Ranty Monkey, you have a YouTube channel. Here, we're going to let you write a comic book.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted the name.
Yes.
And that's really all there was to it. They wanted to put their thumb in the eye of everybody that is opposed to the social justice nonsense. But, man, I think it was a bad idea to do that. She should have had an indie book first, get kind of the hang of how to do it. Because the storyline she had was incredibly generic. It was just a knockoff of The Matrix, really.
Yeah. But with the chick in charge.
Yeah, and of course she had the shaved sides of the heads. It was just...
I thought it was really more of a ripoff of Tron than The Matrix. But either way,
Well, you get my point. It's something that's been done before. And
that doesn't mean it can't be done well. It's just it wasn't.
No, but it's a first-time author, and it's a generic storyline. There was nothing particularly that stood out about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that really hurt it. Plus, there was already a lot of negative associations. I think out of everybody in that group of people that was working on Vertigo, she got probably screwed over the hardest.
Well, see, I don't think she got screwed over at all. She still got paid. She got paid. She got more notoriety. She got to add another tick on her resume. She made out fine. It's comic book fans who got screwed there by her.
No, we've been getting screwed for years. So,
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think she got screwed in this. I think it's the criticisms she's got are perfectly fair. Because you know what, maybe it is because she didn't have training. You know what? Then she should have been the one to go, I'm not ready to do this.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose I just have a little more sympathy for her because they were taking advantage of her.
I see. I get what you're saying there, but I just see it different. I see it as her taking advantage of the same thing she's always taken advantage of. I'm just going to push my SJW bullshit to ruin somebody else's good time. And look, she did. Look at MITAM for something for Jack. Okay.
Oh, they're saucy Asians.
There's a saucy Asian. Remember, guys, you don't have to tag me in that. Just tag the hashtag. You know, the stuff in my feed. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, she's pretty. Let's see. Back here a little ways, somebody had asked, who was that? Dangerous Spaces. I'm a big movie guy, but Godfather films are ones I've never seen. Also, are there any films that you think are underrated? It's
The Town. The Town is underrated.
You in The Town, man.
Well, no, the reason I bring it up is because Bear stuck me with it on Breakfast with Bear yesterday morning. I said something snarky in his chat, and he's like, "Fuck you, Paulie," and The Town sucks. I was like, Jesus. I'll be right back.
It's hard to say with, I don't know about underrated. There's a lot of movies. It's actually why me and Scribe did the movies you should have watched. There's a lot of movies that I think people should see that they're not necessarily underrated. They're just outdated now. And I don't mean outdated and they're not good movies still. It's just that so many movies come out every year that a lot of the ones I grew up with that were really good movies, by now people are like, what the fuck was that? Like, I'm sure a lot of people in chat know, one of my favorite movies is Romancing the Stone. It is a dumb fucking adventure ride that's just brainless fun. And at the time when it came out, it was huge. I cannot remember the last time I heard somebody talk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Sean says, watch Casablanca. Yeah, Casablanca is probably number 2 on my all-time favorite list. So yeah, I mean, I don't know so much about underrated. That's a hard thing to say, especially because it depends. Are you talking about how much attention it gets now or how much at the time? Did you guys do The Negotiator on that show? Yeah, we did. I fucking loved The Negotiator. I watched that thinking, oh, what the hell is this crap? And when it was done, I actually made Lady Monkey watch it with me the next day. Because yeah, that's a really good movie. Samuel L. Jackson and creepy rape boy from movie and television. What the fuck's his name? Kevin Spacey. Just excellent fucking movie, man. Rancing Monkey, the first one was good. The second one was horrible. No, I don't recognize the Jewel of the Nile as a part of that franchise.
Oh, that was such a stereotypical second movie.
It was so bad. You know what I loved about the first one is that there's no supernaturalness to it. Even Indiana Jones, which is a mostly non-fantastical movie, at the end of each of them, there's some fantasy element that comes in. You know, the Wrath of God and Raiders, the healing power of the I was going to call it the Goblet of Fire. That's not what it's called.
Ark.
No, the Holy Grail. And then I haven't seen 4, so I couldn't tell you about that. I don't want to see my childhood raped in front of me. But all of those had, some kind of fantastic element at the end. But Romancing the Stone, it was just a good romp with no fantasy elements. Welcome back, Polly.
Thank you.
There are a couple more saucy Asians for Jack in the hashtag. There you go, Jack. Aliens. It's Aliens, yeah. Indiana Jones 4 was not a bad movie.
It was the weakest one of the franchise, but it's not that bad. I think people shit all over it for no good reason. I hate Shia LaBeouf. Hate him with a passion. Almost as much as I hate Jesse Eisenberg. But it was just an okay movie.
Didn't they bring aliens into it?
Yeah, so
I don't.
Are you talking about what film?
Indiana
Indiana
Jones, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Jesse Eisenberg wasn't in that.
No, I didn't say he was, but
was
it had
just making
Shia LaBeouf, who I hate almost as much as I hate Jesse Eisenberg.
Didn't you
He
say
was just
Jesse Eisenberg?
No, I said Shia LaBeouf. I hate
Oh.
him almost as much as I hate Jesse Eisenberg. Pay attention.
Polly. He was just making comparison there. He wasn't saying he was in the movie.
Well, I make no claim that I was listening fully to what he was saying. I was
There
taking
you
You
time,
never
and I
do.
was like-
You never listen to me.
No, when you were talking about Jesse Eisenberg and you were saying, other than him, the movie was blah blah blah, and I was like, you like BVS too? I'm not alone.
Commas in there.
I was.
There were commas in there. I hate the elements I hated about Crystal Skull were because of Shia LaBeouf, not because of the plot. The plot didn't bother me. I like fantastical stuff, so
I don't mind fantastical stuff. I mind. Well, I wasn't Harry Dean Stanton. Who was playing the crazy dude that was messed up because of the skull that fucked his brain?
Who? John Hurt?
Is that? Yeah, that's the guy who got his chest popped in Alien 79.
Yeah, the John Hurt moment.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so his chest popped in Alien 79. Yeah, I'm not a sicko. But that's the...
Wait.
But what?
Ebony says Last Crusade's the only one she saw. Go watch Raiders right now.
Oh, thank you on the Streamlabs. Citron. Ever read Transmetropolitan? Press F for old Vertigo. Yeah, I hear that.
I'm sorry, Polly. I interrupted you there.
No, there was absolutely so much salvageable stuff from Crystal Skull. There's heaps of good material in there to make use of. People act like the whole thing was crap. It's just not true. Like Indy's an older guy now fighting commies instead of Nazis. All that was gold. All that was fine. The chase scene through the campus was great. Like I would have even been willing to go for the alien thing, or extra dimensional creatures, whatever the fuck. But I don't know. They didn't connect it to enough things. Indy wasn't really following a mystery. He was just tripping from place to place. Like in Last Crusade, he's X marks the spot. He's using the book, and he's being an archaeologist. It's Indy's ability to, know things about archaeology, know how ancient civilizations work, how they might have done things. He's able to action adventure his way along with this,
Yeah, and when I said what I liked about Romancing the Stone is that there were no fantastical elements. I love it in like Indy, but we don't get many movies like that where there's, it's just an adventure. In the way that was, where they're just chasing the stone and following clues and finding it. And they followed an old treasure map kind of thing. I love it in Indiana Jones. I just can't bring myself to watch 4. I can't.
Oh, you've never even seen it?
I've never seen it. Soon as I heard aliens, I'm like, nope. I'm good.
But you won't get half the jokes in the fucking
I'm all right.
Any of the jokes in the South Park episode.
No, the South Park episode, mostly all they talked about, at least the one I saw, was just Indy getting raped over and over.
Well, there was that, and then he was in a refrigerator. It made no sense.
It's not supposed to make sense, though. That's the problem. People are looking at it through the lens of trying to make it realistic, but that's not what it's doing. They're going off the old pulps where it was supposed to be over the top. The old pulp magazines and the serials, that's what Lucas grew up on. That's what he wanted to write.
But the other Indiana Joneses did. I mean, they at least followed it's not realistic, but there's a certain line you can't cross where you break the illusion. And they did that very well at staying inside of it. I mean,
yeah, but then they were given too much unfettered access in the last movie.
Yeah,
that's what happens when executives aren't like, dial that back about 3 notches.
What if it was illegal aliens? No. Lindsay said that her unpopular opinion of the day that she loved Temple of Doom.
I like Temple of Doom.
It was her favorite, she said. And I like Temple of Doom. I do. The only problem I have with Temple of Doom, honestly, is the cart chase scene or the cart fight scene, actually. And that's just because the CGI is so bad that I can't watch it.
I mean, the opening scene is just pure fucking
beautiful.
Gold. It's just like the fight out in the cabaret. That's just
the big opening number and everything is like a fucking 40s film, man. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Indy's in a fucking white top tux and the whole thing. Like it was.
Yeah. No, for me, the first movie is still the best, just because most of it he spent out in the field doing his stuff, where the other two, it's not as much that way. But I just loved it. The first one. Plus, he's in the outfit a lot more. He's in the indie outfit.
My favorite part in Crusade is when he's like, when he tells his students when he'll be in his office, and he gets to his office and there's like a whole bunch of students with papers.
500 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got to crawl out the window. I can identify with that. Not Indy always seemed to get these super hot students that were in love with him. I don't know about that part, but yeah, it's other than that. Yeah.
Well, we're talking, back in the day, and he's a good looking man. Harrison Ford is a good looking man. Didn't like him in Talladega Nights. Who are we talking about? You're talking to Sarah.
Harrison Ford was in Talladega Nights?
Oh, no. Sarah said, unpopular opinion, Will Ferrell isn't that funny. He's not. He's not.
No, I don't think so either. I agree. And neither is what's his name? The guy.
Vague.
The stupid guy.
What's his name?
Step Brothers, the one that played his brother.
Oh yeah, that guy's not funny either. No, the little guy. His father was a comedian. Everyone thinks he's great.
Shia LaBeouf. I already said that.
Shia LaBeouf's father's a comedian?
I don't know, but he's not funny.
Several people are saying John C. Reilly.
No. The only thing I ever laughed that he was in was a film he actually made, Tropic Thunder. He's the main guy.
Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller. Yeah.
Oh, I never would have figured that one out. Jeez.
People think that guy's just funny as hell, and I'm like, Tropic Thunder is the only thing I've ever seen him in that I laughed, and most of what I was laughing at was Sergeant Lincoln Osiris. Robert Downey Jr. was like extra in that film, man.
No, Ben Stiller's just an okay actor. That's as much as I'm willing to give him. Funny? Most of the time I see him being funny. It's funny you mentioned Adam Sandler there, Nuts, because I would say it's like Adam Sandler. It's this over dramatic yelling, or Zoolander wasn't too bad. I actually laughed a lot at that. But yeah, there's so many of these comic actors, and I blame Jim Carrey for it. I really do, which means I should actually blame Jerry Lewis for it.
Jerry Lewis was a hack. He sat around and played a retard for his entire career.
Yeah, I just scream and wave your hands a lot, like okay, Night at the Museum is good, yeah, I guess, but again, that's just him being a decent actor. I mean, most of the funny stuff in there is not him. The little guy. What made you say little guy? Is he short?
Compared to everyone else in that film, in Tropic Thunder, he is.
Adam Sandler usually isn't funny. I agree. I never liked him on SNL, man. Opera guy and all that shit. Like, oh God, stop. He came up at a time where there was a big push for singing comedians. We just had another round of that recently. Every so often, you'll have these singing comedians who become big, and very few of them are worth it. Lindsay said, I hated Zoolander. It's okay. Have you seen Reign Over Me? Adam Sandler had some good acting chops. No, I haven't. And Sandler can act. I won't take that away from him. It's just when he tries to be funny, it's never wit or a good setup. It's just him being silly.
Well, I think a lot of these guys suffer from too much involvement in their own project. They're funny when other people write it or other people direct them. And when they do all of that themselves, it usually ends up being a steaming pile of garbage.
What's that other guy? He's not funny either. Yeah, I know I'm real vague now.
You are.
He
Help me
played the
help
Violator,
you.
the clown in Spawn.
John Leguizamo?
Oh,
John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
You know what? The only time that I thought he was actually okay as the clown in Spawn. I actually thought Spawn was passable. It's pathetic PG passable, but it's passable.
He's another guy that he's not a very good comedian, but he's a pretty decent actor because I like him in certain roles. Like he was good in John Wick and some more serious stuff.
He was incredible in Carlito's Way.
Yeah.
He was the perfect little scumbag you just wanted to murder, but that's who he was supposed to be, you know.
The first time I ever saw Leguizamo, he had a comedy special on HBO, and it was actually funny as hell. Since then, he's another one. There's so many of these guys. Give them a good director, they'll be fine. Don't just slap their name on a movie or slap them in a movie because he'll bring in laughs. Not everybody's Robin Williams. By the way, if you go watch Robin Williams films, the vast majority of them are just him doing a stand-up routine.
Yeah.
Including Aladdin. Everybody, the genie can't be replaced. Yeah, you can. I mean, it was just Williams doing his routine. Spawn is one of the only movies I can think of that should be remade.
Well, lucky you, it's going to be.
There you go.
We shall see.
They could do The Punisher and actually do it right. I mean, I love the one with Thomas Jane in it, but it's still not very.
I don't know. Like I just recently watched an interview with Michael Jai White, and yeah, he definitely looks older. But okay, just have him play an older Al Simmons. He could still totally fill the role, even though it's years and years later.
Nah, bring in somebody new for that.
I don't know, man. I love me some Michael Jai White. I want him to have another chance at it. Damn it!
I want him to get Chris Tucker to play that part.
God, why that squawky, annoying, fucking anorexic guy? Why?
Just to fuck with you. No, who would make a good Spawn if you're not using him? You know who they're going to put in there, right? It's going to be Will Smith. He does all the roles now.
Yeah.
Like, so if you can't whitewash the role because he's actually black. Like, so it's not like making a white character black for diversity's sake. He's actually black. So it's got to be a black actor. So who are you going to pick? Because it's got to be somebody who's deadly serious. That's why I think Michael Jai White's so great, because lifelong martial arts, and he's got that stare of death, that guy, when he wants to, Jesus Christ. He looks like a deadly serious operator, assassin, ex-military, blah, blah, blah. Like he fits into the role of Al Simmons. Okay, someone else. So who would fit that role? Will Smith playing Deadshot? He tried to look like a deadly serious assassin? No, it looked like fucking Will Smith cosplaying.
No, they could get the guy that played Killmonger.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Good call. It's a little bit of a muscle-bound freak, but yeah.
The only good thing Will Smith did was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Changed my mind. I don't know how to change your mind, but you are wrong.
No, he played fresh jet pilot of El Toro Air Base in Independence Day.
Yeah, he played Will Smith flying a plane.
Yeah, exactly, and it was great because that's what that role called for, and that's exactly what he did.
I'm not a huge Will Smith fan.
I loved him in I Am Legend. I loved him in 7 Pounds. Man, you want to talk? Somebody asked earlier about the underrated movie. That is an underrated movie.
Well, Eric Grolsatter says Idris Elba, perhaps. I love me some Idris Elba, but no, he's too old for that role. It's like he Idris Elba's like matured to like playing like suave gentlemen and shit, or older gangsters, or a powerful businessman or something at this point. Al Simmons is supposed to be a guy that's, you know, early 40s at the most, and Idris Elba's definitely beyond that.
Well, Idris Elba's is playing an enhanced superhuman in that Hobbs and Shaw.
What's Hobbs and Shaw? I don't know about this.
It's a Fast and Furious movie that's coming out.
Zelthor says, "Oh, go ahead."
With Jason Statham and The Rock.
Jesus.
Zelthor says Will Smith has done some good stuff, just a lot more mediocre stuff. Most of his mediocre stuff is stuff where he plays himself, and they write it that way specifically. Men in Black would have been much better without him in it.
The Fresh Prince of Alien Hunting. Yeah. I mean, that's all it was. It was,
and they do this to Robin Williams. They did. That's why most of Robin Williams's movies are this way. His comedy movies. They hired him to play Robin Williams. I don't blame the actors in those cases. I mean, that's what they were brought in for. It's the same thing with Will Ferrell, man. That's all of Will Ferrell's movies. Well, the vast majority of Ferrell's movies could just be sequels to the last one. Like, okay, he's Anchorman. Oh, now he's driving a car. Now he's got a stepbrother. I mean, these could just be the same character.
No,
because that's what they're there for.
Greg Rogers is Jamie Foxx for Spawn. No, absolutely not.
I'd
rather have Chris Tucker.
Jamie Foxx. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, I don't know him personally, but dude, if you're anything like you come across in your interviews or on screen, yeah, fuck you.
Hey, he was great in Horrible Bosses.
The only thing I ever liked him in was whatchamacallit, Collateral, because he was playing like a self-effacing character. He seemed real. He seemed like accessible. You might identify with the guy, you know?
I know what it is. I haven't seen it yet. It's one that's been on my to watch list since it came out, and it's just got pushed around to the back and stuff. I loved him in Living Color. That's where I first saw Jamie Foxx. He was great on the show, but since then, he could be character B for all I care. He doesn't come off as very noteworthy. How long have they been going for? That's a good question, RJ. How long have we been going? Somebody in chat, let me know.
I was late. I don't know.
Jack's been going for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I closed the window. I don't know. I popped out chat and then closed the tab.
Yeah, that's what I do. I have to because my internet sucks and I don't want to cause issues. Jamie Foxx's Electro was painful. You know what?
He really was.
I don't blame Jamie for that one. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Oh yeah, we should probably close this soon. I don't blame Jamie for that. That was as much the writing and directing as it was him. I don't think. Can you think of anybody that could have played that character well?
Not in that movie. The movie was terrible.
The movie was great. He was terrible. Stop it.
Why would you even do Electro like that anyway?
Exactly. Turn him into some sniveling wiener.
Like, it's like, why did you even use the name? Why? I guess because you had free access to the name. But it's not like Electro is such a well-known name that, that'll bring out the comic book fans that remember him, the guy with the big electric bolt mask. I mean, sure, I know who he is, but like me and 10 other people, like it. Why just make up somebody new or something? Because it was a completely new guy anyway.
You know what bothered me most about it is in the movie, he's shooting all these blue electrical bolts, and in the comics, they're always yellow.
That's what did it to you?
That's what
they had to darken it up a little. If you know what I'm saying.
I get that, but it annoyed me because I mean,
remember in the 1960s? Remember in the old school Spider-Man cartoon, the 1967 one, Electro would ride the power lines.
No, I don't remember that. That's funny though.
Yeah, he would. He would jump on them and slide like he was sliding on ice. He would be able to ride them.
Like Iceman. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Guys, chat, thank you for hanging out with us for 3 fucking hours. Damn, you guys are amazing. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the donations and for the support of the gentlemen on the dais. Don't forget to check their links below, but we're gonna let them tell you. Polly, is there anything that you'd like to tell these nice folks about today?
Yes, you should get a hold of your local state representatives and senators and help them push for the legalization of Quaaludes. They should be brought back to the market. They can help many insomniacs like myself and possibly someone close to you. Ludes ain't lewd. Also, while you're at it, you can check out my link in chat there. I'll take you over to my channel where we do Comic Book Curation Live, a video podcast with Inquisitor Jack and myself every week, including tonight, later on tonight, where I've got all sorts of fun extra stuff for good laughs and so forth, and all kinds of fancy good times, and then all sorts of other edited stuff coming up. I thought I would be able to record an upcoming video that I've got set and scripted out with Weebo Jones coming up, but apparently she's working, in her words, get this, hella OT right now. So I won't be able to get that recorded until this weekend, unfortunately. So it'll be out early next week.
Cool. And Jack, anything you'd like to pimp out?
All my links are in the description, thankfully. Thanks, Monkey. And otherwise, I'll be on with Polly, like you said tonight. Close to 11.
Central.
Sorry. There was a tweet. In some time zone, it'll be on it at that time.
Creeping ever closer to 600 subs on my channel, by the way.
Don't forget to go check out Sinatra if you're not already subscribed to his channel. Also check him out on the Twitter machine. I'd like to thank Sinatra and Gutenberg, who aren't here anymore, for joining the show this morning. Tonight, we will be on my channel, 9 p.m. Eastern time for Lords of the Night. And I think that's all we're doing. I don't know. I know me and Satsu have talked about gaming midday sometime. Watch us on Twitter. Links are below to see if we're going to be doing that. It's kind of a by the ear thing. Chat, seriously, thanks for coming and hanging out. Polly, Jack, a pleasure as always, gentlemen. Everybody, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.